All right, so last time, y'all, we started out in a tavern in the Forgotten Realms, whereby a mysterious messenger arrived and invited you all to the lands of Barovia. You took some time to get to know each other, and then you set out in the morning. You arrived at these massive headless gates, these huge statue-flanked gates with massive headless knights there, and you went in, and as the gates closed behind you, so too did the mists roll down and consume all that was around you. And you made your way through the creepy Svalch woods until you arrived at a manor house. You were greeted at that manor house by two children in distress who urged you onwards and into the estate whereby their parents had been beset upon by some sort of monster. You have since discovered that this house is quite extraordinary. One could go so far as to say perhaps haunted. Perhaps. And you have found out many details of the lives and events that led to the state that the house is in currently. You've made your way up 4 flights of stairs to the attic, whereby you had, during which journey you have encountered a grueling and gruesome Terminator-like being, an animated armor, which nearly broke backs and heads alike, but was overcome thanks to some lucky shooting and overall tactics and teamwork of the party. And then you met a specter, the spiritual remains of a tortured maid who had given birth to a child, a bastard child. And then you crept up into the attic, and that's where we left things. After molesting the remains of said deceased maid, she appeared once more in spectral form and attacked Xavier, who had disturbed her, and was quickly turned towards the afterlife by our paladin, Sir Davish Besteg. And that's where we're going to pick things up this evening. In addition to the recap, I'm going to make a quick change to the results of our Detect Magic spell that was cast by our cleric. You will also notice that there has been a change to the way that the dynamic light works.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, what did the dwarf see when he casted Detect Magic? Well, first off, the entirety of the house, all of its walls, all of its surfaces are wreathed in black vapors.
Ooh.
The shape that was seen through the upper door, the locked door, had a bright white aura with purple tendrils emanating out from it.
This door here?
Yeah, the shape that was beyond that door.
Hmm.
The wall that Tormund is currently standing directly next to has a yellow shimmer. You hear Klug, you hear a scratching at the wall behind you and a low kind of growly sound. And otherwise the room is quiet.
And you said we're hearing the growly sound from up top or down below? I'm sorry.
The wall next to me. And
Yeah,
you had it
down
right.
below.
It was Klug. You second-guessed yourself.
Klug!
You
Klug!
did. You did well.
I've got Xavier. I even got Tados.
Mhm.
Or is it Tados?
Tatos.
Tatos, I got it wrong with that. Okay, here we
Tatos.
go. We're off to a good start.
Tatos.
It's like,
Oh,
Klug,
potatoes.
I am your father.
Klug, you are my father. I mean, wait, that didn't make any sense.
Who's your daddy? What?
I don't have a daddy.
Oh.
Okay, trauma aside. Let's continue.
All right. Remember, guys, this is a ghost story. This is serious business.
And I believe I just want to confirm that you gave me inspiration for the turning of the dead, right?
You have an inspiration.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean Tormund does too, and Tormund's inspiration is just coming from a general whole session of being in character.
Yes.
Ooh. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I've marked inspiration.
So we have growling come from there. There.
Yeah, it was like a really low scratching Klug, sorry. And it's just kind of like something that sort of just catches your notice momentarily. No one else really seems to notice as the room is still sort of settling down from your paranormal encounter just moments ago.
Got you.
All right. So I kind of turn towards the wall and keep hearing that sound. So I'd look back and go, I hate to upset anyone, but there's something from behind that wall. I go and press my ear against the wall
Okay.
and see if I can hear anything.
Yeah, you hear like a rhythmic scratching, like almost like a pawing sound, like a, and then like a low kind of frustrated growl, just really, really light though, not very loud at all.
What is it that you hear?
I hear scratching, like something digging at the wall, but it doesn't sound like a mouse or a rat.
We must be wary. Tormund has seen a lot of arcana up here, haven't you, Tormund?
Oh.
I'm not sure of the knowledge that I hold. This wall, for instance, is a brilliant light. My past experiences with arcana tell me that it must be a yellow wall. This wall has clearly been infected by the plague.
You seem so full of sureness. I have no reason to doubt you at any point in my life. So,
with that in mind, I take out my dagger and tap the tip against the wall.
Be careful.
Yeah, the scratching noise stops.
I tap again. Hello?
You hear like a low yip, like a subdued yipping. And the others can hear it at this point. Muted by the wall.
Be careful of the walls. They are black with blackness.
I thought you just said it was yellow.
He did
This
just.
one's yellow. This one's yellow. This one has the plague, but the rest heavy with a dark sweat.
Is it hollow behind there, Klug?
I tap it again. I think so. Shoot, I want to see. Do you think maybe there's a door on the other side, another room?
I think we did pass one that went into something that could be an adjoining room. We might want to assault it from the actual doorway rather than the going through the wall.
Fair enough.
Where's your creativity, darling?
I mean, we could go through the wall. All right. If we go through the wall, I just don't want to go through the wall, that's all. Let's try the door before we do anything. I'm sorry, we're drawing. I'm going to come out here. Is that good?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Go for
All right.
it, man.
So I'm going to come out
I'm
here.
gonna follow Sir Davish because right now
Get out the door, please.
I'm convinced it's a puppy.
Get out the door, please.
Hey,
There we go.
uh, it seems to have quieted down at least for a couple minutes. Can we take a short breather to be able to maybe calm down and figure things out with a level head instead of hunting down things that are making sounds in a house of black and plague?
How long
Wise
of a
words.
how long of a breather are you thinking to have? We're in the middle of a house that is basically a shop of horrors.
I get that, but I mean, just a short rest, enough to be able to catch breath. I mean, it seems to be quiet enough at the moment.
I am very wary of taking a rest in this house. Is there anybody else who needs a rest?
I could use one.
All right.
I've been on my all day, dog.
Everybody get into this room up here. This is a more defendable room. I'll stand guard. You all can take 5.
As long as somebody is on alert.
I'm not quite sure that my knowledge of Arcana is accurate enough to have correctly assessed the house, and my instincts are telling me something about this yellow wall isn't exactly screaming plague. It's clean, it's sharply cut, it has no seams. I would like to inspect it further.
Okay.
During our rest.
Okay, you may do so freely with investigation or perception.
So while he's going through and doing that, may I dig through my memories, what there is, to figure out what a sweating black aura and a plague yellow aura might mean for magic?
Yeah, you can roll Arcana at disadvantage for because you haven't seen it yourself. Absolutely.
Question: spells come back after short rest or long rest?
Long rest.
Long rest. Okay.
For a warlock.
Unless you're a warlock.
Warlock.
Yeah,
short.
Yep.
warlock short rest.
Warlock is
You're-
short.
So for you only, short rest. So you're
Oh.
lucky.
See, I am lucky. It's all about this lucky coin.
So I'm going to also
Use
use my cantrip of light on the stove so that we have some light in this room.
Okay.
Is my light out to you guys?
Yeah, there's light currently.
Oh, there is? Okay.
There's currently.
Well, then no, I won't use my
Yeah, I
cantrip.
have light still cast.
Okay, gotcha. I forgot you had light
We're
cast.
good.
It's yeah, that's the light situation. That's such a
Yeah.
pain in the ass, honestly.
I got you.
You
I
know.
got you.
Um,
I guess then we take a short rest.
okay, so
I'll use one of my
the
hit die.
description that he gives you, it's foreboding. You're not entirely for sure exactly what black ichor seeping out of all the walls and surfaces could mean, but it certainly evokes a dark and foreboding, feeling to you there, Tatos.
Dark and foreboding. Okay.
Dark and foreboding, sir. Dark and foreboding.
Very
As for the yellow, as for what he described as yellow, you're just not for sure. Nor are you for sure if there's a relation between the two.
Do I find anything with my 12?
No, it just seems like a normal wall. And as your how long does your detect magic last for?
It only lasts for 10 minutes, so
Okay.
during this rest it will fade.
So yeah, as you're looking and as the magic begins to fade, it's
However,
it just
I'm
returns.
not taking the short rest with the rest of the party.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
before it does fade, I would like to take one more look over here and see if my knowledge of white and what was the other color?
there was purple tendrils.
Purple, that's right.
White
I thought
aura.
blue, but yeah.
Are you
to
going to
see
the
how my knowledge
door up here?
stands against
Yeah, he's-
those?
He's looking
That
through
is,
the door there.
that's not great. That's an unnatural
Uh-huh.
one. However, I have mistaken the purple for blue.
Uh-huh.
There's
You're
a-
pretty sure there's a legendary artifact on the other side of that.
Oh, I'm sure there's something
Yeah.
the
legendary back there.
legendary blue fire sword of Kavarosh.
I will
It's on
hear the
other side
yelling.
of this door.
I'll come walking out and be like, "What's going on, Tarman?"
There's a brilliantly white light and blue tendrils grip the blade of a sword beyond this door.
Okay, well, we will get to it after we take our rest. You are one of the people that needed a rest. Let's go.
I do not need a rest.
No.
I'm very healthy.
No. I understand
I'm
you're
very
healthy.
healthy.
You're very healthy. You're a very healthy man who prays.
I will guard the door.
No. Very well. Very well.
It is
Very
always
well.
wise to
Very
watch
well.
one's back.
Very well. I will guard this door.
Okay. Awesome. Someone roll me a d20, please.
Here you go.
I would love to do that.
14.
Mm.
Or 17.
Oops. We both rolled. My bad.
It's okay. All right. Okay. So you rest for 10 minutes. In that time, your spell will elapse.
Indeed.
But besides the uneasy feelings that you all harbor during this kind of stressed out bit of a rest, you are unbothered.
Oh, very good.
However, during that rest, at one point, there is a small sparkle at the floorboards of the room you're all resting in. And who amongst you has the highest passive perception?
No, not me. I have 10.
Probably me. I
Let me
have
check.
Let me take a look at your tokens here.
15.
14.
14 for Tatos. 14.
I have a 15.
All right. So Tarman, you're actually the one that notices it.
Yeah, as I glance back through the door at the party, resting from my post. What
There's
shall I
two.
notice?
You see the glimmer of light off of two orbs
Hmm.
in a shadowy hole in the wall on the floorboard.
Uh-oh.
Well, I must. What is that? Huh?
Oh, look at what he's
There's-
pointing at.
there's
What do you
something
see?
here. I walk into the room and I step past a comrade sipping their juice, and I reach my hand down towards the orbs. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and
don't knock the
I
stickies. Okay.
I get to the floorboard and I point and I go to pick them up.
All right. Yeah. So as you move forward and reach forward, make me an animal handling, please.
That's not good.
That's not what I expected.
Great wisdom.
Holy
Critically
shit!
As I reach for the silvery orbs.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. Fair enough.
Is it enough to succeed on its
Yeah.
own?
A nat
you
20?
reach-
Yeah.
You reach down. You put your hand forward. You're looking in there, and this little white, kind of beraggled snout protrudes out from a small hole at the baseboard of the floor, and licks your hand.
Oh.
And I kind of boop it on the nose and I encourage it to come further out.
Okay. Yeah, the head of a small terrier sticks
Aw.
out from inside of the hole.
Hello, buddy.
There's a little. It's clearly emaciated as it begins to wriggle its way through the small opening in the floor.
I
as
quickly
you pry it
draw
forward.
from my bag from my rations some like crusty,
Mhm.
like the oldest piece of beef jerky.
I'll pour
that I
it. I'll
have.
pour some.
one that would not be
Yeah.
lasting much longer.
I'll pour.
Oh.
I'll pour some
But-
my
Well, I don't want to waste good food.
I'll pour some water into into the back of my shield so he can drink it as well.
All right, you make an animal handling check as well, Mr. Best Egg.
Wow. Let's see if I can do it. Huh. Huh? No.
Whoa.
Apparently, it doesn't like water.
It doesn't like giving you advantage either. That's odd.
Oh, because I
What
put
did-
it to normal.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, always roll with it if you don't mind. Just
Sure.
sometimes I give it without.
Want me to re-roll?
I do actually. I do.
All right.
We're just gonna use the first one here. Wow.
Ouch.
All right, couple
No,
of
you
fours.
just roll the
Hey.
fucking same thing. All right. Cool.
All right. So the little terrier with his little collar kind of jingling as it lunges forward towards the dwarf and the food that he's offering. Kind of like as you move forward with the water, he lets out a little snarl and snaps at the air in your general direction before kind of like curling around and in between the legs of the dwarf and like just going to town on whatever food Torment is.
Yeah,
providing.
the jerky that wouldn't last another week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
unperturbed. I'll just put my shield down and go back to sitting.
As you hold the shield out, actually, I take it with the water in, and I position it correctly for the animal, and
Yeah.
and
He drinks freely at that point.
as he's occupied, I peer into the hole, and I see that he's been clearly hiding there for hours. There's fur just caught in all the little pieces of wood. And do I find anything else?
In the hole,
Yeah.
make a perception check.
Okay. It's a 19.
Yeah, there's a bit of ribbon. There's a bit of lacy ribbon.
And I draw it out, and
It looks of a considerably cheaper quality than that of the various garments that you found within this house, and it also seems to have a more modern construction to it.
Interesting.
I've not seen this before. Javier, you're a man of great taste in fine cloths. What do you make of this?
Ooh, executioner's out. Yeah, that's Javier. Xavier. It's Xavier.
As he spots the dog, he backs away from it, a little disturbed by the appearance of this animal,
Mhm.
saying, what is that creature?
Oh, it's but a harmless mutt. This scrap of cloth could be a clue to something over it. It had clearly either obtained it in some way or scurried away with it at some point, perhaps assailing an attacker or
Someone throw a
protecting
card
its
on the field?
master.
Yeah, I can't pick it back up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So do you think this may be the same little creature that was scurrying in the wall?
I mean,
Mayhaps.
there's one way to figure it out, so I'll walk back over into the wall and I'll just kind of kick the wall gently.
Yeah, you don't hear anything further.
I'll kick it harder.
You don't hear anything further.
I'll walk back. I don't hear anything coming from that room, so it very well could be the little tyke was caught in there.
Well, if he was over there and now he's over here, my instincts tell me that means there could be some tunnels in this house.
Yes, absolutely.
Or
Well,
just
a
the
crawl
walls
space.
and floor are hollow.
It could be. I'm not the brightest bloke, but I have an idea once in a while. I want to check. I'm gonna start using my crowbar to peel up a floorboard to see what's under it.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make your check, whatever it is. I don't know. Strength.
Athletics. 20.
Athletics. Yeah, you're able to start ripping up the floor. And there is, a small bit of space between it and the ceiling above it, or ceiling below it.
Just a crawl space.
Indeed.
And there's nothing further, no other.
Well, you find evidence of Lancelot making his way through and around in between the crawl space.
Gotcha.
Do I
You
know
find
how
something
long he's
or
been? Is there any idea how long, like the age of his feces, perhaps? Can I tell how
Make an
long?
investigation, sir.
Can I use insight?
Insights for emotions.
I know.
That is some emotional
That's
poop right
the
there.
wrong. That's the
That's
wrong.
intimidation.
That's not the right.
You do not intimidate the poop successfully. Apologize.
You apologize for the disturbing the poop.
Intimidating as shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry
Yeah,
for disturbing your home here.
You can't be sure. You can't be sure. But you figure at least a week.
My goodness, this poor pup has been in the floor for a week or
Oh,
more.
poor
Those-
guy.
I wonder why the children were so concerned about such an immediate threat. If the house is barren and this attic clearly unkempt for some time and not cleaned.
Yes, I've been growing suspicious of the story that we were given by the children. I think we must be extra cautious as we move forward.
That banquet that was set, how fresh was that food?
Looked edible. I'm still not sure about this cloth, however. Is anybody an expert in fine cloth?
Give me a moment.
I don't know what type of role that would be, so I don't know if I am.
Oh,
It doesn't really matter what the role is.
I'm
mean,
not.
For...
I think it's investigation at this point.
yeah, sure, investigation.
I am
I'll take a
not.
shot.
I don't
I'll
know
take a
much
shot at
about
it.
cloth, except for the cloth that helps you not die.
Yep, that kind of cloth is important.
Yes.
I want to take a look at it.
All right,
Okay.
I hand it to Klug.
Mm-hmm.
An expert in fine cloth, I am.
Nope.
Looks girly.
Looks girly.
you say.
It looks girly. Hey, it looks girly.
But
I might have made a sock out of this at some point in my life.
Xavier
Could it-
would
Bit of lacy ribbon.
Girly, could it have belonged to the young girl? Do I recognize this cloth from the past?
From what?
Do I recognize this cloth from anywhere else? Have I seen it before?
Oh yeah, one of the paintings maybe.
No, you have it. It.
Haven't seen it.
Mm-mm.
Well, I think we should finish our rest. We should finish our rest so we can press on and clear the rest of this house.
Indeed, and during the rest of the short rest, I will quickly fashion some kind of space in my backpack where the dog can kind of poke its head out.
Oh yeah, and for the
get there.
foreseeable future, he loves you to death, distrusts Sir Davish, and is indifferent to the rest of you.
Excellent. Lancelot. Do I don't know his name though, right?
It's-
It's
has-
on a dog tag.
Oh, he has a
There is a tag.
collar? Oh, yes. Young Lancelot will ride in my bag for the duration of this adventure.
He's
Or
happy.
so far as the road may
Goes to
take
sleep.
us. And he goes to sleep.
Yeah, goes to sleep almost immediately. Matter of fact, you can just hear a low snoring emanating from the cleric's bag.
I am an extremely unstealthy dwarf at this point.
Xavier
You're a dwarf, so
would wa-
yes.
Xavier
I'm a
would
dwarf
watch
in heavy
the dog.
armor.
What did you say, Xavier?
Xavier is watching the dogs suspiciously.
Yes.
Hmm.
Mad at the dog. Yes.
I'll pick my shield back up and just dump the water on the floor, and I'll say, "Let's get ready."
Oops,
press
sorry,
on.
guys. That was fucking. All right, what are we doing? What are
I'm
we
going-
doing?
I'm going
There
down
was
here.
a locked door to the up and a unlocked door to the bottom. That door will open, sir.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we'll-
wait for my team to assemble up.
All right.
We're going through the bottom door here.
I'm not.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
I'm just playing. I'm joking. Of course.
Fair. And
I
once
will
they
read-
assemble up, I will.
I will read a description for
Yep.
you, sure.
All right.
This dust-choked room contains a slender bed, a nightstand, a small iron stove, a writing desk with a stool, an empty wardrobe, a rocking chair, a smiling doll in a lacy yellow dress sits in the northern window box, cobwebs draping it like a wedding veil.
Hmm.
And you can see that in this room, the bedding has been torn all to hell and is strewn all about the room chaotically.
That bedding matched the strip of linen we found.
No.
Okay.
It does not.
Okay. Interesting. I'll investigate. What type of stripping is it? Like, is it a knife stripping or is it like a claw stripping? What type of stripping is it?
Tooth and claw.
Tooth and claw. Big,
Looks
small.
Like little
Mhm.
tooth and claw marks.
Okay.
Like about the size of a terrier.
Mm-hmm.
About that.
I'll look and I'll investigate the rest of the room to see if there's anything that could be clues, useful items, anything like that.
There is an incredibly creepy doll sitting in the window that's gaze seems to follow you as you inspect the room, but it is otherwise uninteresting.
I will look at the doll.
It just looks back at you. Smile starting to bore its way into your mind.
I will leave
I
the
want you to
room.
make a wisdom saving
Oh,
throw,
okay.
please.
My rolls are shit today.
Ouch.
Cool.
You find yourself.
I'm going to hold on.
Com-
I'm going to use my inspiration. I don't want to fail this.
You're going to use your inspiration? Okay.
I don't want to
Okay.
fail this. I don't want to fail this. Jesus Christ.
Take
Oof.
the 15.
15 will work.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So as you're looking at the doll, you feel compelled to take it with you. But you manage to marshal enough will.
I'm going to usher. Okay. I'm going to usher everybody out of this room. Leave the doll. Let's go. Everybody. That doll is cursed for some reason. Let's get out of here. Leave.
Man doesn't like dolls. What the fuck?
That doll is very spoopy. All right. We have one more door to check.
I
Yes.
was thinking.
What's
Now, this
that?
is a fine mahogany. I'm sorry. Did we get a?
Yeah, Xavier was speaking.
No,
Sorry.
I was thinking.
Oh,
That's why I went over there and looked. I was just like,
I gotcha. All right. Yes. What's this door look like there?
It's so unlike the other doors within the attic space. This one is not plain. It is of dark lacquered mahogany, and it has a relief of rose with thorns.
Huh. Tormir. Emery.
Oh,
My Tommen? Yes, you.
Or Tommen, thank you.
Stop
I
petting
was
the
in the
dog.
other room.
Pay
My
attention.
apologies.
Tommen, what did you see through this door when you had your arcana on?
Oh well, there's clearly a great artifact, a sword perhaps, shining brightest white with tendrils of deep blue, almost purple.
Mm-hmm. So the door is shut, correct? The door is
It's
locked.
encased in a mighty case, and
Shut
only
your
the
mouth, yeah,
greatest
it's
of
evil.
dwarven adventurers can wield it.
What shape of case was it?
Tall, boxy.
Uh-huh. Was
Yeah.
it like a coffin?
No, it was like a case for a sword, a big one.
I'll boot the door in.
okay.
Was that athletics?
Yeah. Let's take a look at the plate on.
A side note, how do I send a private message?
Our rolls are shit today. Jesus Christ.
I think it's /W.
No, it's not. I tried that earlier. It might be /PM.
It is /W. It
It
worked
is?
when I tested it.
Really?
You have to
Mine
type
says
start
unrecognized
typing your
command.
name,
Oh.
Hmm?
Nice. So /W space N will bring up Nicholas as an option.
Oh, it does. Look at that. And then I can say hello.
Or you can do
Hello.
anybody else's name and you'll whisper them.
Okay, cool. Neato.
Nice. Good catch, Casey.
I
Alrighty.
do a test there, Emery. Did that work and can
Yes,
only
it
you
did.
see it?
Yes, only I
Okay,
can.
the door is solid.
Damn. Well, you got that crowbar there, Tomlin?
Indeed, I still have it. And I pull out my crowbar. and
Help me with this door.
Pass it to the knight and
Okay.
allow him to do what he will with it.
All right, I'm going to try and use the crowbar now.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
And that's athletics?
Yeah.
Okay. $19.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Yeah, the door groans behind behind your crowbar struggle, but it doesn't give.
Are there any runes or anything around the door, like letters or words?
There are not. There are not. The handle is cast in some kind of metal and gold leafed, and it's in the shape of a rose. And then the carvings on the door themselves are of a rose vine with thorns. And
Didn't we recover a key?
yes,
I'm gonna try the key. I'm gonna try the key. I forgot about the key. I'm gonna try the key.
The key fits in the lock.
All right, nailed it.
If you would have gotten 20, you could have kicked that door open. By the way.
Oh, so close. All right, I forgot about the key in all honesty, so I will use the key. Remember this thing?
Yes. All right.
Well, it's the key all along.
It was the key. The damn key. All right. I have sword and board at the ready and see what happens.
All right. This room contains a bricked up window flanked by two dusty wood-framed beds sized for children. Closer to the door is a toy chest with windmills painted on its sides and a dollhouse that's a perfect replica of the dreary edifice in which you stand. These furnishings are draped in cobwebs. Lying in the middle of the floor are two small skeletons wearing tattered but familiar clothing. The smaller of the two cradles a stuffed doll that you also recognize.
Well, I think we found the actual children.
Why beckon us into the house then?
It was a trap.
And where be the mighty blade of legend?
Check toy box.
I'm just gonna comment on. Did you guys notice that there are a disproportionate amount of nurseries and cribs in this house?
Yes. Yeah, there seems to be a lot. Maybe servants' quarters every now and again.
Yeah, a lot of
Never had
servants having
children.
babies. It's
Mm.
weird.
None of it is surprising to me.
What
course not.
deeper insights do you have into this house, Valkyr?
Insights to this house?
Yes, the black dripping from the walls and the ghosts and the bones.
You know, I'm not sure. Let me think on that. What role would I do for that?
I'm sorry, what's the roll for?
Insight to what we've been studying with the walls. If my character thinks on that for a moment.
So, what are you... I apologize, because I was letting you two talk while I was looking into some...
So I questioned him as to what he made of the combination of ghosts, bones, and a black magic dripping from the walls.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you can, if you're trying to look into things from a magical angle, you'll roll Arcana. If you're trying to just use pure brain power, it's investigation.
I think definitely an Arcana angle on this one.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Hang on, it's lagging real good trying to click on that.
No worries. After you do your Arcana checks, I have. Oh.
Way to go.
Damn.
You know, I have been
Woo.
pondering this in the back of my mind.
Have you now? I dare say,
have.
sir.
Have you not acknowledged my silence? I live in my own mind
I can
quite
see that.
often.
All right. So, Alkier, you've been taking everything in stride, and have at this point made a conclusion from what you've heard, what you've seen. The house seems to have a will of its own, a nefarious will of its own. You sense a deep and powerful curse within this place. Do you have any further questions about the nature of any of that, what I just disclosed?
No, I think that'll cover that.
Okay.
I've been pondering this, trying to perceive the big picture, and I'll tell you, it feels as though the house has a mind of its own.
I agree. Feels like that we've been just pawns in a chess piece.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like that maybe we'll have an answer in this room.
Big picture is still not clear.
No, absolutely not. What does the toy chest look like again? It has 2 windmills on the side, but does it look like it's booby-trapped or anything?
It looks like a toy chest, a children's chest of toys.
Okay.
And it's closed. There's like a little bit of a stuffed animal's like arm kind of half sticking out of it on one side. And it's sort of cracked on that side. For you, Tormund, you know where to look when the door opens to see that which you had perceived through the walls, and you, to your chagrin and surprise, realize that it was none other than the dollhouse, which must have been the origin of what you've seen, or something perhaps within the dollhouse. However, the outline is now quite clear.
Where did
it wasn't the outline of that dollhouse that you saw through the wall.
Where did you see your magical aura coming from?
Well, it is clear that my wisdom is great, but my instincts are off on this one. That cannot be the container of a mighty weapon. That this simple dollhouse is where the magic was emanating, but I do not know why. I also understand that this room is a place of great sorrow.
Well,
And I would request of the musicians in the party that we perform a funeral rite for the dear children that have been lost on this day. And I'm going to prepare a ceremony.
Wonderful.
Tomlin, do you still have that holy water?
Indeed, but stay your hand, fair knight, for the power of Talos within this ceremony shall put these corpses to rest. And I'm going to perform an hour-long ceremony in which funeral rite, where I touch the corpses of the boy and girl, and for the next 7 days, the targets cannot be undead by any means short of a wish spell.
They cannot rise as undead?
That's right. That's right.
Like the corpses cannot rise.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I touch
All
the
right.
corpse.
All right. So, as you get set up to do that, something's going to happen. And you can go ahead and run the card out for me again, so I can look it over real fast.
You want ceremony? Yes.
Yeah. Throw that out there. Xavier, as you move into the room, you notice on the pillow of the larger of the two beds, the one to your right, there is a small notebook or leather-bound book, sort of partially concealed by the pillow. And you begin, meanwhile, Tormund, you're beginning to set up your ceremony. At some point, you will touch the corpses, and at that point, you attempt.
I will pick up the little note.
And while Tormund's setting up his ceremony, because he obviously does not want my assistance, I will look through the dollhouse.
Okay. All right. So, okay. All right. Well, in that case, we're gonna leave Tormund to do his ceremony, and we're gonna interact with Davish and immediately Davish and Xavier. All right. So two things will happen. They'll happen relatively quickly of each other. There will be two apparitions appearing in the room, each of which will have very familiar countenance. You recognize them as Rosvalda Durst and Thornbolt Durst. Let me see if I can actually find the proper handout this time. Here we go. The two Durst children. Wonderful. All right. And
Mr. and Mrs. Durst.
All right. So this is how it all goes down. Xavier gets his hand on the journal and immediately hears from his right, "Put that down at once. That does not belong to you." And as you, Sir Davish, reach out to play with the dollhouse itself, you feel a tug on your pants or your armor. What do you have on your legs? Are you in travel?
I would have chain.
You got a chain skirt, or
yeah,
I have chain leggings.
I have chain leggings.
Okay, yeah. You feel a light tug on your chain leggings, and hear from behind you, "Sir, that's mine. You gotta ask if you want to play with some of these toys." And you'll see young Thornbolt in an apparition of blue ethereal form. He's clutching his doll in one hand, the same doll that's clutched in the corpse's skeletal fingers on the floor below as Tormund begins to set up a ceremony. Meanwhile, Xavier, the elder of the two, the girl, Rosvalda Durst, just has a face of concerned scorn as she yells out to you to unhand her tome.
Would you like to go first, Xavier?
Go ahead. I'm gonna come up with what I'm gonna do. So
okay, I'll turn around and I'll kneel and I'll go. I'm so sorry not to have asked your permission before playing with your dollhouse. Would you mind showing it to me? I'm very curious about it.
He puts his hands behind his back, hiding his doll from you, and kind of like sways his hips back and forth while he looks at you. And he cocks his head to his side. And he says, "Okay."
Oh, thank you so much.
And he'll come up beside you and answer any questions you have about it.
First, I'll be like, "My name is Davish. What is your name?"
Just, "I'm Thornbolt."
Oh, can I call you Thorn then?
Yes.
Well, Thorn.
That's what my friends call me.
Well, Thorn, it's a pleasure to meet you. And I'll start asking him questions about.
And is it you, sir? It's been an awful long time since we've been alone.
Yes, I bet it has. How long has it been?
An awful long time. He seems to have like kind of a confused look on his face as he searches for a more descriptive answer, but sort of shrugs and gives up after a time.
Gotcha. Do you know where your mommy and daddy are?
He like shakes his head enthusiastically up and down.
Oh.
Says, "I do."
Where are your mommy and daddy?
Says, "They're in the basement fighting the monster."
In the basement. See.
Yeah, they went to deal with the monster and they locked us up here for safety's sake.
I
They never
see.
came back. And then he kind of looks over towards his corpse for a moment, and his eyes kind of glaze over for a second as he registers them, and then he sort of kind of snaps back to you, half forgetting what he had just seen.
I'll go, I see. What type of monster were they fighting?
He sort of shrugs, and we're going to pause your conversation there and whip on over to Xavier a few seconds before, at the beginning of his conversation with Rosevalda. All right, so she says, unhand that, sir, essentially. It doesn't belong to you, and how do you respond?
Well, hearing these words, he respects what the what those words were said, and unhands the notebook, and turns to the girl and looks at her, saying, "Is there something in there that is troubling you? What would you like? What would you not like to be seen in that book?"
She's got her hands on her hips in a wide stance. She's wearing her undesiccated, the image of her undesiccated fine clothing, and she stares back up at you defiantly, and she says, "That's a lady's diary, sir, and those words are mine and mine alone." And then she reaches down with her ethereal hand, and she actually scoops up the diary and holds it to her breast, and then you can just see it there hanging in midair and in and amongst the blue ectoplasm that is her form.
Well, I understand. Privacy is a beautiful thing. I will not invade your property or touch your belongings anymore.
Says, "Very good. Now, what are you servants doing in here?"
Servant?
"Well, of course, you must work for our mother and father. Surely, if you are in our house."
I am no servant. I am an entertainer. I am a bard.
She seems confused. She says, "An entertainer? Did mommy and father send you to entertain us while they're away?"
Oh, Jesus. No, child. We were brought in here to assist in the disappearance of your parents, from what you two told us out in front of the gates.
"Whatever do you mean? We've been in this room for a very long time, sir. Are you some kind of villain come to take advantage of us? The Thorbolt, come here now." And her brother kind of reluctantly skulks across the room, breaking away from the conversation at the point that you were at, Sir Davish,
Okay.
and returning to her sister's side.
I'll walk
I
over.
just whip out my flute and start playing.
I'll walk over and I'll go, What's going on, Thorin? Ah, this must be your sister. Hello, my name is Davish.
Okay. All right. So, what we need at this point is a persuasion check out of Xavier to avert suspicion, and you can make it at advantage with the help of Sir Davish Bestegg. And I have a card on the table that's Templar, which is Tados. So I'm going to have Tados interrupt real quick, and then we'll turn to that persuasion check.
I have the lantern that I exchanged with them a glowing stone from out front.
Mm-hmm.
Does one of them still have that glowing stone? It had light cast on it.
No, there's no light cantrip in this room besides the ones that you've brought in yourselves.
Okay.
Give us a good roll here, James.
An 11, huh? Okay, so 12. Sorry,
12.
Yeah. All right. So you pull out your flute and you begin to play, but it's clear that Rosevalda is now suspicious of you. She's willing to be distracted and conversated by other folks within the room, but she keeps stealing glances back in your general direction. Glances of disdain and distrust.
Each time she looks over, he gives a little.
Hmm. Well,
What do you all want to do?
I'll continue trying to talk with them. I'll say,
Okay.
"Ah, Rosevalda. Pleasure meeting you. My name is Davish.
She curtsies.
I was just talking with your brother about his dollhouse. It's very interesting. I was wondering, maybe you could help me figure out a little bit of a mystery we have.
Oh, of course. How could I help you?
Well, I understand that you and your brother have been in here a very long time. And your parents went to the cellar, is that correct? To besiege a monster.
Yes, they said there was some sort of monster down in their private place where they and their friends congregate.
I see. Now, we are here to help your parents. We would like to go down and help them fight that monster if they are still fighting. Now, I'm not sure if they are. It's been a very, very long time. But, is there any way that you could tell me where we can access the area that they are?
She says, of course. There's a stair.
And
It's
it-
just behind
Mm-hmm.
it's just behind the secret door in the storage room. And she
storage.
points at the dollhouse, which has been opened up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And she just points in the general direction of where this would be. And you can see there where there's the cutaway on the top, there's a spiral staircase that goes down, and there is a little latch on the inside of what looks like a secret wall entrance.
I'll go, interesting, very interesting. I see. And you have no idea of the fate of the monster or your parents?
She says, I do not know. They have never been gone this long, I'm afraid.
Very interesting.
Mother took Walter with her and did not return.
Okay. Well, we are going to try and find them, but for right now, we are going to help you two out before we go, okay?
Of course. You must of course take us with you, yes? You can't leave us here alone again.
You will not be alone. We are going
Yeah,
to...
Yes, sir, you're going to take us with you, right? Thornbolt chimes in.
We are going to put you to rest and be with your family.
To rest? What
Yeah.
do you mean, to rest?
I'll hold up my hand and I'll say, grab my hand.
She reaches up and you feel her like cold and corporeal form grasp you lightly. And there is some substance there.
There is some substance?
Just a little.
Okay. Have I ever seen something like this before?
Ghosts? Sure.
Okay. I'll say, you see how you can bear... And I'll kind of like move my hand so that it slides between her fingertips as she tries to grasp it. Type of thing. I'll say, you see, I'm sorry to say, Rose and Thorn, but you're specters in the celestial plane.
He says, no, it cannot be. Mommy and Daddy, they're coming back, surely.
We are going to find your mommy and daddy, and we are going to reunite you with them. But
her ethereal eyes begin to well up in tears. I want you to make a persuasion check. I want to see if you can get through to her.
Sure. 15.
Oh, okay. As you're explaining her state, you begin to. At first, it's clear that they're in some kind of state of denial, state of unknowing. But as you explain it to her, you begin to see recognition on her face, and then it's clear that she's now stealing glances at the desiccated corpses, as if noticing them for the first time, as the dwarf prepares his ceremony.
Well, I'm going to say, sit with me on the bed. And I'm going to sit at the top of the bed, and I'm going to have them sit here facing me.
Okay.
Yeah, sit with me.
They do so. And Rosevalda places her diary down on the bed beside her.
And I'll say, let me read you a story. How about that? Would that help with a little bit of what's going on? Distract ourselves from the real world and hears of tale of war that has been long forever gotten.
You see Rosevalta now, her eyes kind of locked on the corpses, though it's clear that Thornbolt hasn't had the same revelation. Her sister kind of snaps out of it for a moment, looks over towards her little brother, who's kind of getting concerned by the intensity of her gaze, and as if to shield him from the realization as well, she turns to you and says, "Yes, of course, sir. A story. We do love stories."
Very good. And I'm going to open up a very it's a leather-bound, well-cared-for tome that's not tome, book that's in my bag, and I'll open it up and I'll start telling them a story of love and woe, and of hardship, and of dueling, and of a happy ending, while Tormund, thank you. Tormund can prepare and complete his ceremony. Tormund.
Yeah, pronounced in Dwarvish, Tom. Yeah.
Just fucking
All
write
right.
this down.
I still have your card down.
Yeah,
so we're gonna
I've
switch.
placed it.
Okay.
I've placed it. As I reach into my bag to get to the materials for the ceremony, I open the pouch that contained the required powdered silver and find myself short of the necessary amount and unable to continue.
Oh. Okay. Do you still perform some kind of rite?
Yes.
Is it to save face, or do you?
Yes. I attempt the funeral rite, and I encourage any who wish to play a dirge or a march, and
I shall.
Okay, well, let's handle this as a role play scene. Then you can describe, and then we'll have the musicians come in after you.
Once again, with my white vestments laced by thunderbolts, I kneel before the corpses and use holy water, and I sprinkle it across the bones, and I say, "May you rest in peace for eternity."
Awesome.
And I continue to sprinkle until the bottle is gone.
Okay. Emery, you picked up Wes's card.
Yep, you
Oh,
picked
I
up
did?
my card. Mhm.
Oh,
It's okay.
friggin'.
That's all right. And Wes, I saw the card, so go ahead and interrupt real quick.
Before you start your rite, and while I'm reading the book, you'll see me pull something out of my pocket and throw it onto the floor at your feet, and it's a silver captain's insignia, which is made of silver.
Ooh. And I, as an added bonus, I pick up the insignia and I place it upon the approximate chest cavity where the heart might be of the larger of the two corpses.
Okay. Awesome. And the musicians and Tadas, I got you there. Potatoes.
Potatoes. Potatoes.
All right, so the dwarf sets up his ceremony, begins the rites. A silver medallion is offered from the paladin to sanctify the procession, and the musicians come in with.
I come in, changing the tone of the song that I was playing into a soft, slow melody, not necessarily sad, but a tune rightful for the passing of family.
Okay.
And I'll stretch my my story to end right as the dwarf's ceremony will end.
All right, go ahead and give me your performance check, and then we'll have Emery do religion with advantage if you succeed at the.
I'm going to join in after my allotted time
Mm-hmm.
with the violin in a very mellow tone.
All right, so you'll roll with advantage on your performance check, Xavier, to determine if the dwarf gets
there we go.
advantage on his religion check. And yes, you do. You do indeed get to roll with advantage on your religion check.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
18. Awesome. Okay. All right. Wonderful. So you managed to perform the rites correctly, Emery. Congratulations.
And right as I'm sure the specter will fade away, but as I see him finishing the rite on, did you say you started with the girl?
I did. I used holy water on both bodies and placed your signia on the larger of the two corpses.
And I'll kind of brush her hair off her eyes and say, "It will be okay," as I'm finishing my story.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So the funeral rite comes to an end, and the two spirit apparitions, they seem to enter into a relaxed state. However, they do not disappear.
I turn the attention of my ceremony to the source of magic that I previously witnessed.
Mm-hmm.
The dollhouse.
Yep.
And so too do I sprinkle holy water there.
Yep. Okay, awesome. And with the 18 religion as well, you are going to have the intuition. You're going to have the intuition after your initial intention did not succeed. You are aware that oftentimes with difficult hauntings, you have to properly enter the remains of the deceased to allow them to move on.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that as a cleric, even one of Talos.
Indeed.
Now, what on the dollhouse were you looking for exactly?
I'm looking for an effect, a personal effect. Something that they would have held dear. Because be it not a mighty sword, then perhaps it could be
Perhaps the doll.
something a child would find.
The doll that the boy is carrying, and maybe her diary.
Yeah, there is a doll that the child is carrying or holding in its skeletal form. There is the toy box. There is the doll house itself, which the boy definitely did show some interest in when he first appeared, warning Sir Davish that he was being rude. And there's the toy box, if I haven't already said that, and the diary. Well,
All right.
if you're looking for personal effects.
But nothing within the dollhouse that stands out.
The dollhouse itself stands out, period. It's a perfect replica of the house that you're in, and within you find all of the secret passages throughout.
Oh.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, if you spend a few minutes to actually investigate it fully, you would get a complete understanding of what this particular house looks like. And
I'll linger a little bit on the dollhouse, but I turn my attention to the toy box.
Yeah, wonderful.
And I'm gonna open it.
Okay, cool. All right, inside. Let me just pull back up my doodad here. Okay. Yeah. It's full of toys.
Do I notice any ones that are particularly interesting?
It's an assortment of stuffed animals and toys, and none seem particularly more worn than any of the others.
No favorite toy here. What could it have been? What could it have been?
I'll look over and as the kids are kind of conversing about part of the story that I paused at, I'll kind of shoot a glance over at at Tommen and kind of give him the look of what's going on, what's happening. Why haven't you completed this?
Do I remember how large the glowing magical thing was? Like approximately. Like
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
large? Well, I don't remember its exact size.
Earlier I described that you recognized the shape when you saw it in the room.
Right, it was the dollhouse.
It was.
I look around at my companions and I gesture towards the dollhouse and say, what more love can we show this children's toy that it might ease their hearts?
I'll stop as my story is concluded and I'll go. Rose, Thorn,
Yes.
do you both love playing with your dollhouse?
Of course.
Well, would you mind if I played with you and let's go play with your dollhouse?
Oh, yes, of course. Of course. And the three of you will go and over to the dollhouse, and the top of it's already open, and you're looking at the attic layer currently.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a perfect representation of the door to the room we're currently in?
There is. Everything is miniaturized, and
is that door open currently on the
is.
dollhouse?
It is, yeah.
Is it open in real life too?
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna close it on the dollhouse.
The door to the room closes.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna
You're
open
not
it
in that
on
room
the dollhouse.
currently.
Oh, I'm sorry, my token should be in there.
Yeah, it's we're not in combat right now, so it's not super. You open the door on the dollhouse. Yes, the door opens back up, and we have Xavier with an interrupt here.
Xavier would notice the door opening and closing and hearing it and get kind of freaked out by the sound. What was that? What's going on?
So the real door in real life is also opening and closing, yes?
It is.
Okay, I'm gonna look to the basement and see if there's the details of it.
There's no representation of the basement itself. However, the staircase, the spiral staircase that goes from this location, goes all the way down to the base of the toy and terminates.
I'm gonna use the dollhouse representation of the secret wall there, and it should be obvious on this model how to open it, perhaps?
Yeah, there's just a latch on the inside, and you can then push it open.
Yeah, I open it.
Yeah, okay. It opens. You can hear, like, the protesting of rusted old hinges from another room in the house screech as you do so.
While Tommen's doing this, I'll kind of lean into your ear, Tommen, and be like, "What do you need to complete this ritual? I thought you were out of silver. That's why I gave you my badge."
This place is cursed. The ritual will not hold. We must find the source.
The source of?
I believe it to be in the place that is not represented here. The one place you cannot influence with the house. We must descend the stairs.
Let me talk to them. And I'll turn back to Rose and Thorn. I'll be like, Rose, Thorn, can you do something to help me out now?
What's that?
Well,
Thorn says.
Well, Thorn, I need you and your big sister to be very brave for me while we go and tend to the cellar.
Oh, what? No, 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 you can't leave us here again.
Well, we're not going to leave you.
You won't be alone.
You-
And I'm going to take the dog out of my backpack.
Can you watch our puppy for us?
The dog begins viciously barking at the two apparitions and just in general freaking out in your arms.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I attempt to calm it.
Okay, it's animal handling with disadvantage. This one. Oof. Yeah, he bites you, escapes your hands, and goes running out of the room.
After that display, I'll be like, maybe that's not a good idea. I'll turn back to him and be like, what we need you to do is make sure that no one touches your dollhouse. We need you to stand guard.
Thornbolt shakes his head and says, "No, you can't leave us here."
Well, why is that? Why? Is it because you were locked in here?
Rosevalda picks up the argument. We've been alone so long, sir.
I understand.
Don't understand.
I do understand.
You can't.
I do understand, actually. For a while there, I was alone for a millennia. And then I was reborn. You believe it or not. Not too long ago. But I understand not wanting to be alone. It's just that we don't want you to come into a place that you will be hurt. Now, do you know...
Rosevalda kind of steals a glance over at her corpse before putting her arms on her hips and looking back at you and she says, "No, we will not be left here alone again."
Well then, do you know how the basement is laid out?
She looks up at you and she says, "No, I've never been there myself."
Then let me strike a deal with both of you. For down in the basement, I believe we are going to be accosted by whatever your parents were fighting. And it may be some form of a scene that might be hurtful to see. I will warn you. Do you both understand that?
She says, of course. Of course.
I'll point at the corpses on the ground. I'll say, or I'll gesture towards the corpses on the ground. I'll say, as you see here, you may see that of your parents, who we're trying to return you to, so you can be a family once again. Do you understand that?
Rosevalda's eyes grow wide for a moment, and then she kind of just sets her jaw, and she says, "Our mother and father are not dead."
I want you to be prepared for the possibility that they might be.
It can't be true. She stomps her foot, and the house shakes.
I'm going to take the lacy piece of cloth out of my
bag. As you pull the lacy piece of cloth out of your bag, you notice that it has caught the attention of Lancelot, who's now kind of slinking back up the hallway towards the door and sort of looking in at you nervously. And
the children seem to recognize it.
They do not.
Does it match anything in the room?
It does not.
I'll tell you what, Rose. You have to take care of your brother. And you to stay on the stair. You're not to come down into the cellar, no matter what you hear. Do you understand?
She says, "Of course. But
you
so long as you stay here with us, yes? You'll stay and play, won't you?" Thornbolt says.
Well, we need to take care of what's going on in the house first, and then we can figure out what we're going to do then, okay? Let's take it one step at a time.
He shakes his head and says, "No, I want to play now.
Thorn,
Mommy and Daddy said you have to play with me."
Thorn, I'll look at
I
him.
can.
I'll say, Thorn, we have to make sure your mommy and daddy are okay.
I
Don't you-
remember the
He looked up
interest.
at you. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I remember the interest that he showed, another version of him maybe, but that the boy showed in the dreidel,
Mm-hmm.
the small dreidel, and I will once again produce it and say, what if we left this magical dreidel behind? It will protect you. You can play with it. It has properties that will, whoever spins it becomes invisible. Nothing bad can happen.
Thornbolt seems somewhat intrigued. Make a persuasion check. He seems somewhat intrigued, and he goes to move forward, but his sister stops him, and she says, "We will not settle for some trinket. We want a playmate."
You want a playmate. Whose doll is that in the other room?
Says, "What other room?"
I'll gesture across the hall down to the room to the south.
Xavier would sigh and start heading that way. I'll go get that dog.
Oh, hold on, Xavier. Whose doll is that down there?
She looks down and towards the hall, and she says, "I don't know what doll you speak, sir.
Interesting.
I've got all my dolls here."
Do
And
you?
she points at the toy box.
DM.
Okay. Mhm.
Yep.
That doll is going to start coming up the hallway.
Yeah, okay. Sure. All right, so y'all see that the doll starts waltzing its way up the hallway.
And
Big,
into the room.
broad smile,
I will.
glassy, lifeless eyes.
I'll cock
arms
an
out.
eyebrow. I'll cock an eyebrow. I'll go, that doll right there.
Thornbolt gets a look at it and he giggles. What's the doll doing?
Going to go right into the middle of the room and in front of Rose and Thorn and start dancing.
Ooh. Yeah, it catches their attention.
It looks like that we've settled your fix for a playmate, isn't that right, Rosenthorn?
She seems entirely enraptured by the doll, and she says, "I've never seen this doll before. It's quite beautiful. I like how it dances on its own."
Very good, then. Now you two be brave and play with your new friend while we go and make sure everything is okay. All right?
She doesn't seem very interested in you anymore, and instead, quite enraptured by the strange dancing doll, which none of you really understand what's going on with that, but it's happening currently. It is happening.
Xavier is confused and a little bit spiteful towards the doll because the attention isn't on him.
I'll walk out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll gather our friends and go, okay, we venture down the spiral staircase.
Okay.
I will go first. Who will be right behind me? Okay.
All right. So
Sounds like I'm going alone.
I'm gonna
Hang
take
on.
over. I'm
Okay.
gonna take over here for a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna take over here for a second. All right. So y'all make your way out of the children's room, stealing a glance over your shoulder as you do to see the two apparitions of the children playing with the doll in the yellow dress. Make your way across the dusty and creaking hallway and into the storage room. And you see there now the wall is open. Within, there is a dusty, winding staircase that goes down into the dark depths below. Congratulations, you are all level 2.
Oh.
Take a break right here.
All
and we'll pick
right,
back
sweet.
up after you level up. All right. Okay, cool. Awesome. So did you retrieve Lancelot, Tormund?
Yeah, I used the scrap of cloth and his interest in it to get him back in my bag, I think.
Yeah, he's certainly interested in it, and he comes
Yeah.
back. He comes back. Okay, wonderful. So continue?
Actually, I have one more thing.
Okay.
As we get down towards, I'm assuming we're going down that spiral staircase now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right as we're getting towards the bottom of that spiral staircase,
Yep.
I would like the doll to go play with Rose and let her be in control of it,
Okay.
and that diary to try and find its way towards us
Okay. Okay.
as quick as possible.
Okay. All right. Let me look something up real quick for you.
Okay.
Accio diary.
Okay. Just a second, everybody.
You're fine.
Fear movement speed.
I got my Sacred Oath next deal here. I'm pretty excited for that.
All right. Yeah, I get you. All right. So before you
Leave range.
leave range, exactly. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that'll happen. About halfway down
Oh, there we are.
the staircase, you'll retrieve it. What's your all marching order?
I'm going first.
Okay.
Fourth.
All right. So you all see your little corner of the current
Yes.
map here. We'll put you in first.
Yep.
And then we'll have everybody line up behind you there.
So I got sword and board ready. So my shield is up. It's kind of a tower shield type thing. So it's blocking a good majority of my body, and I got my sword ready at the at the hand.
Okay. Cool. So you travel down for quite some time. Eventually the journal does arrive, and I will just hand that out real quick here. We'll do that real fast first, actually.
Okay.
Think about it.
Sounds good.
So,
I love this ambiance you got.
Yeah. So the diary arrives. Tados, what do you want to do with it?
I want to take a look inside of it and see if there's anything mentioning history, or if there's any oh, he already opened it, correct? So there's no lock on it.
There's no lock. Yeah, it opens.
Okay, so yeah, I want to take a look inside of it and see if there is any clues into what's going on inside this house.
Okay, I'm going to make this available to everybody, but just remember that Tados is the one that's actually reading it. Just that one I'm not going to read aloud. It'll be in your journal there, because it's written in shorthand, not longhand.
Studies.
So okay. All right. You all travel down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or so flights of stairs, you imagine, worth of spiral staircase descending into pitch blackness. As the smells of the earth begin to press in all around you, the wood paneled walls of the house fall away, and now the tunnel that you're going down these staircases into is just made of packed earth and clay. We have mists down. That's Emily. What's up?
Sorry to interrupt this one, but because not a lot of the group was active during that 1 hour, does that count as a long rest for us?
No.
No.
Okay, thanks.
No. Long rest is 8 hours.
Oh,
You could have
shoot.
taken a short rest during that time, yes.
Okay, good. Good to know for future. Thanks.
Uh-huh. Okay. You arrive at the base of the stairs in a thin, 4-foot wide, 7-foot high passageway, corridor, hewn out of the dirt and clay.
Mm-hmm.
Every 5 feet or so, there are timber braces. The pathway leads about 10 feet to the south and terminates in a T branching out to the west and east. And just for everybody's information, north is up,
Okay.
west is left, south is down, east is right. I flipped this map, and it cost me a whole lot of time to do it, but I did it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You the best.
All right, go ahead and pick your card up too, Em, when you're done there.
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
As you reach the base of the stairs, it immediately becomes apparent to you all that there's some kind of chanting emanating from deeper in the complex of which you've just entered. You can hear it reverberating through the walls and through the corridors. But you cannot make out the words, only its sullen, repetitive melody.
And where do we hear that from? Just down the corridor? Now, is that north?
Yeah.
Is that east?
You cannot really discern the direction other than it's coming generally from the west. But you're not for sure from how far or from where exactly.
Okay. How light is it down here?
Pitch black. There's no light at all.
Okay, so I can see. Does everybody have dark vision by any chance?
I have a lantern.
I have an oil lamp.
I have
Well-
dark vision.
Well, I can solve our dismay. I'm gonna cast light on my shield.
Okay.
So now we have light.
Now that's 30 and 30, yeah.
Light is this. So it is 20-foot radius and dim additional 20.
2020.
Yep.
All right,
It's
so
like really rotten here.
that's gonna make things minorly tricky for me, but whatever. You're gonna lose a little bit of your max vision,
Okay.
but just because I can only give you one light source. So you'll lose 20 feet of vision, but that's not gonna be a problem down here, so.
Okay. So I have that as my light, so that when we walk forward, I don't have to be. No one has to be hindered with carrying a torch or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we'll kind of slowly progress.
Okay, so you're going to move. You creep forward about 10 feet, and you come to the T intersection. And at this point, I'll start to bring you in.
Okay. Okay, so that's the. Oh, I see. So we came from the stairs down to a T intersection.
You did.
And where can I hear the chanting from? To my left or my right if I'm staring at the door, if I'm staring south?
It's from the west.
And you said west was flipped on this map? so
Always
this way?
left. Always left.
Okay.
From now on, it'll always be like the compass rose.
Yeah.
North is up, west is left.
Okay, cool.
South
All right.
is
All
down,
right. Cool.
east is right.
Cool, cool. All right. So we hear the chanting coming from there.
Mhm.
I'm going to poke my head in to see what we're looking at over here.
Okay, excellent. Let me pull up my play doc.
I'm going to follow. I can't see where the hell they went.
This didn't save on my
Wonderful.
token. Okay. I have to go up here.
You're good.
Sorry.
I'm
Thank
going to
you.
get everybody in.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to pull you out one more further
Okay.
just so that I can get everybody in and get everybody their own spot. Man, I don't like stacking tokens on top of each other
Yeah.
because I can't see them personally when they're stacked. Even though it'll show you your main. All right, here we go. What you find is a short corridor terminating in two open crypts.
Okay.
the crypt to the west, it's open. This massive stone, door essentially, or seal is open, and on it you can see Walter Durst finally chiseled into the stonework.
Okay.
The tomb to the east bears no markings and is empty.
Empty as in it's been opened up, or empty as in is not been occupied at any time?
Empty as in it is not occupied, nor does it appear to have been occupied.
Okay. And that's all that's down these hallways.
That's what you find down those hallways, yes. That
Okay.
hallway terminates in a crypt.
Okay. And then we can go up here now. Search that.
Okay, wonderful. So you're gonna head to the north around that bend?
Yeah.
That's the intention? Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Torment? Are you splitting off, or are you sticking with the rest of the folks?
I'm guarding the way that the sound came from.
Okay, wonderful. All right, and Sir Besteg is still leading, and he's leading to the north now.
Should read Sir David.
All right, yeah. Okay, so you see there is a few steps down into what appears to be an open, dark chamber ahead of you. You're casting your lights into it. It's casting long shadows off of what appear to be a table and chairs through the gloom.
Okay, so just a table and chairs there.
Yeah, you can see that that whatever the room holds, it also holds a hallway to the north that bends off to the west.
All right, I'll kind of make like a small just kind of get Tommen's attention, saying that we're moving down this hallway, and we'll continue down into the chamber.
All right, everybody's got free move. I've put it on update only on drops. You're going to want to move your character one square at a time, obviously. Otherwise, you could run into some shit that you... yeah, the room opens up. It's large. You see a number of alcoves, one of which you can see the foot of a sleeping mat from where you stand.
Okay. I'm going to roll a perception check to get a general gist of the room.
Okay, wonderful. The rolls are really laggy today.
My rolls are really shit today.
So you're having... God, it almost looks like your rolls are broken. There's something wrong here. Is this correct? Do you have 0 in your perception modifier?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay, so that is correct. So so you just rolled a 4.
I just rolled a 4.
Look is weird, yeah.
Why is there gray on that?
Because I'm rolling advantage, it grays out the number.
That's bizarre.
That's because what I did in my
He's got a special macro.
What I did in my settings is I disabled inherent advantage, so I switched it to advantage, normal, or disadvantage. So it will gray out the one that is either higher or lower.
Oh, I see. So it's preferring the 9 and graying out the 4 because you're telling it to roll with advantage instead of... Okay, but we're only using the first number. I understand. Okay, yeah. The room is dark, gloomy, full of dust, and just cold, stale air. There are a number of alcoves, sleeping alcoves, that have dirty, rotten straw pallets in them. And there is one table that has a bit of rusty dishware on it.
I guess I'll just progress in here.
Yep. There is a corridor that terminates in a left-hand turn to the north there.
I'm going to turn to Tados and go, I'm going to poke my head around this corridor. You take a look down this way and see what you find. I'm going to walk forward and just poke my head around.
Yeah, absolutely. There is another set of stairs leading deeper down, about a 5-foot shallow set of stairs.
Okay.
And then there is some kind of large chamber that opens up before you at the end of the corridor.
Okay, I'll walk
Tato, you search around the room and find each of the sleeping alcoves to contain a similar moldy, bedroll. And not much else of interest.
I've got a large chamber down here.
I looked around and I knew there was no turning back.
Okay.
There's nothing.
Then I guess we will let's line up. Let's line up on me and let's go down this chamber. Tommen, are you still at the back? Tommen?
Tormund?
Emery?
I saw him in the hallway, but I think he took another turn.
Hello?
Hi.
There he is.
Hey, there I am. Okay.
Norman, hold your bladder till later.
You still,
All right.
you
Here
still
we
at the
go.
back?
I am.
All right. We're going down this hallway. Line up here. So I'll go down. Come on. I'll poke my head around. Oh my god.
All right.
Jesus
So
Christ. It's a labyrinth.
there is a large room.
We
The
lost the
ceiling of the
ambiance.
corridor before it was 7 feet tall.
Mhm.
The ceiling of the large room is 11.
Okay.
It's supported by a grid work of wood and timber supports. At the center of the room, there is a well.
Okay.
And lining the room on its east, north, and west walls are various different alcoves that open onto small rooms of their own. To the southwest, there is a corridor heading south.
We also lost our ambience.
You lost the music?
Yes.
Oh,
There was
my
music.
apologies. Let me just do this real
I
quick.
never heard it either.
Oh,
It's
really?
probably
You
being
never heard
played through Roll20.
There
It
we
is
go.
being played through Roll20.
Oh, yep. I got a setting I need to change then.
And in the cog, you can change the master music volume level.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna just kind of graze by these alcoves and check what they are. Someone check down that corridor.
Okay, wonderful. So hold tight. Let me just see where you're at. All right, each of the alcoves opens into a 10 by 10 foot bedroom.
Mhm.
Each bedroom has within it a bed, a mildew-ridden bed, and a chest.
Oh. I'm guessing it's like a clothing chest, huh?
Well, they're like it's like a chest.
Mhm.
Something someone might keep their wardrobe within, or their personal effects or whatnot. The rooms are otherwise very plain. You've seen similar lodgings in monasteries where the monks would stay. Of course, this is far more sinister nature than what you're used.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'll kind of look at whoever's near me, and it'll be Tados. So I'll be like, Tados, I wanna check this chest out. Cover me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go check out the chest.
Wonderful. Yeah, you see it is secured by a small rusty lock.
Okay. And so it's secured. It's holding true.
Yeah, the lock, it's just like a rusty simple padlock.
Okay.
On a rusty wrought iron clasp. Or steel clasp, sorry.
I don't necessarily want to make too much noise. Does it feel like I could pull the thing out without making too much noise?
You mean the whole chest itself?
No, like the assembly that's locking the chest.
No, you could try to pry the lock free with athletics.
Sure, I'll try.
Cool.
I'll try.
Go for it.
Who dares wins? How about nat 20?
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, what are you using as a tool?
So I kind of look at it. I'll pull out this It's kind of just like a bar of steel, like a thin bar of steel at one end and thicker at the other end. Just a prying. It's just a prying mechanical bar. And I'll just pop it in. I'll wedge the chest open just a skosh, and you'll see the rotting wood just kind of start to fall away. And I'll pull the padlock, and it pulls the whole assembly off of the chest, and then I can freely open the chest.
Yeah, wonderful. You see within some ruined, kind of moldy and moth-eaten wool garments, very simple black robe, ruined, of course. And folded up within it, though, however, is a short sword. And the blade has a particular glimmer to it. Like it has it's very chromatic, like chrome-like finish on the blade.
I'll pick up the sword and I'll look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go ahead and make a perception check, or do they have any actual, like, there's no warfare skill or anything.
No, there's no warfare.
I guess you make perception.
All right, I'll try a flat perception check. How about nat 20?
Yeah, you were saying that you were doing bad today, dude.
I was rolling bad.
Yeah, you look at the blade, and you've seen such work before. It appears to have been silvered.
Okay.
You have found a silvered short sword.
I'll turn to Tados and I'll go, they have silvered weapons down here. We could be dealing with vampires or werebeings.
Very well. Let's see what else we can find.
Yep, I'll go to the next chest.
Okay.
Go to that one.
Yep.
They all have similar locks.
Okay.
I want to say, Sir Davish, with your critical success on popping the one lock, you've pretty much figured out the method by which to do it easily, and you're able to dislodge the rest with little effort.
Okay. Do we find more silvered weapons?
So I'll do D, and then I'll do C for Tados.
Cool.
So you find in that chest a ivory hairbrush with silver bristles.
Interesting.
Worth 25 gold pieces.
I'll stow it in a pack. We'll continue on.
Am I saying that to myself or other
No,
people?
you said
I got
said
that.
it, yeah.
It's public.
Ivory hairbrush with silver brand. Oh, 20.
I heard
Okay.
it.
And then Tados.
Yep.
After the lock is disarmed, you find within a black leather eye patch with a carnelian gem sewn into it.
Ooh.
There we go.
Okay.
Nice.
50. Cool.
Is the
Oh,
music
what's
on or not?
What's everybody else doing? Yeah, there's music on right now.
Playing.
Yeah, there's music.
All right.
Master music volume level in the settings.
I already got that up.
Okay.
So something else. Whatever.
Does
Minor detail.
anybody in our group use short swords?
I do.
Do you?
Well, wait. Can they be wielded one hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then yes, I do.
Okay. No, I only found the one short sword.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to the next one, see if there's anything in there for the group.
All right.
And then I'll do a thing where I pass out the short sword to Klug on my way to the next
Okay.
chest. So Klug now has the silvered short sword, and I'll say, you may need to use this later.
I noticed that there's a slot in the pommel that would fit my coin perfectly, and I pressed it inside snugly.
Wonderful.
Does the sword have different stats, or just the fact that it's silver?
So, it's just a short sword for all purposes other than the purposes of attacking things that have immunity to magic item or to non-magical weapons. In which case, it will count as magical most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
It is different than your rapier. It's a D6 instead of a D8.
That's
Yes.
true.
Okay.
So you'll just need to pull short sword into your character sheet at the same way you did rapier.
All right, I'll do that. Thank you.
And then Tados, it was 3 moss agates,
Nice.
in a folded piece of black cloth, and you, as you pop the last chest, you're revolted when you see a pouch made of human skin.
Oh.
Within it, 11 gold pieces and 60 silver pieces.
I'll take the gold pieces and 60 silver, and I'll revoltedly close the chest on the bag.
Okay.
Alright, let's all assemble again. I'll assemble back at the head of the...
Okay.
Tommen, where are you?
Everybody.
I'm in the other room.
Come on in, we're going to the next room.
All right, I gotta refresh my page. I got stuff. Something's frozen.
Okay.
You guys proceed. I'll be back in a moment.
That's okay. Let's just take this moment real quick to do something. A little quality of life thing for me. If you go to your cog and you see display name, can you just change your display name to your character name for me?
Is it not?
Ah, fine. Awesome.
Cool.
And then we'll get James. We'll get James on board at some point, and that's fine. And when she gets back. All right. So Sir Davish, you get lined up.
Yeah.
The hallway moves. There's a stairway upwards.
Okay.
Before it's clear that the hallway has a branch off to the west.
Okay.
Whereby you can hear the sound of the chanting far more clearly than you can from the south.
I will poke my head around.
You see a long corridor
Okay.
that terminates in a downward slope. And you can also see a southward, the bottom step of a passageway leading upwards to the south.
I'm gonna signal my party to hold, and I'll step forward just to see where this goes.
Excellent. You continue up the stairs to the south. You come around the bend, and it opens into a chamber. And I will pull up my notes for this.
I'm unable to put my card on the table properly, I think.
Are you having some trouble? I can see it there. It's Seer. I see it there.
I can't see it.
I can't move it. It can't be moved.
You can't move it?
I cannot. Oh, now I can. Weird. I couldn't move it when it was down
kind of
here.
laggy tonight in general.
Yeah.
I don't know if it might be the new dynamic lighting I'm using. It could be just bad connectivity tonight, or maybe their servers are really heavily. I don't know what's going on exactly, but there's been a lot of problems. There's been really slow dice rolls. There's been trouble moving tokens around for me.
Yeah.
There's been trouble with setting up
No
the
worries.
and everything.
But you had an interrupt. What's going on?
Can you? Yeah. What's up?
So, I was gonna do this before we moved on, but that's okay.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't really matter. While you were looting all those chests, I was down in the lower room inspecting the tombstones and hoping to... I admired their craftsmanship as a dwarf. And I was wondering if I noticed anything related to the origin of the stonework or the person that crafted these heads. And I have double proficiency in this because of my dwarven race.
All right, go ahead and roll it out.
So this is going to be +4. It won't actually put it on it, I don't think. But...
So +4. So
+4,
22.
22.
Okay.
All right. What
does it
specifically are you asking after?
The nature of the stonework, its origin.
Okay. Okay. Like culturally, kind of like.
Yes, culturally.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's of a human style, of a kind of an old, antiquated, kind of Victorian era style. Anything else?
Would this be normal to find in this region? Is this like standard?
Well, you're not particularly familiar with this exact region because you've never been here before.
Right.
So it does. There is some like cultural grayness around it. You can definitely tell that this is something peculiar. You haven't run into this particular culture before, but it is clearly of a human ilk.
Okay.
And it doesn't seem particularly. Nothing about it seems masterfully made. It's competently made. It's certainly someone did put a lot of effort into the construction, but it is not like a masterpiece by any means either.
And the name on the 2 graves?
The grave to the east is empty and unmarked. The grave to the tomb to the west is marked Walter Durst, and it just has an empty bier in it, which is a platform where a casket would sit.
And it's like there's nothing there.
There's no casket on top of the bier, no.
And Walter is the name for sure.
Yep, Walter Durst.
Does it have a year?
There isn't a year.
Okay.
Like it's blank. It's been left.
All right. I conclude my investigation.
All right.
And
So the
I
dwarf
move with the party as they prepare.
Yeah,
The dwarf and Zolaire
Area.
were together. So Zolaire, what were you up to? Xavier? Why is your name Zolaire in this?
Sorry, hang on.
I'm gonna fix it. Just a second.
All right.
That was my fault. I've had this token on the map since before your. All right, so you rejoin your party. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Easy peasy.
And it was basically just checking to see if we're looping on ourselves. So it looks like that we are. So
You do see the very familiar hallway, which you took to the east prior, now to your east.
okay.
And it does open up to the north and south in many more, in 2 more ways than you have investigated there to the east. And Tormund, I'm going to need you to back up 1 spot and stay there, please. Okay. And I'm going to describe the room, and then I'm going to go to Tormund real quick, okay?
Cool.
Am I not following the party?
No, you went down you went off on your own.
Oh, I thought they went this way.
Down a corridor.
I can't see where they went, so I thought they went this way.
Well, you were with them a second ago, and then you walked. Then you started heading off to the west, which is fine.
Okay.
Fine, but we'll just discuss what happened there in a second. But I'm just gonna describe the room that everybody else just walked into. Okay. The room contains a plain wooden table flanked by long benches. Moldy humanoid bones lie strewn on the dirt floor. The remains of some unknown victims. In the middle of the south wall, there is a darkened, shadowy alcove. To the west, a corridor terminates at a 90-degree turn to the north. Meanwhile, Tormund had wandered off, perhaps enchanted by the sounds of the chanting coming from the west, and has inadvertently stepped on something. So, I want you to make me a perception check, please.
Passive of 15.
You have a passive of 15.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Do I still need to roll?
No. Okay, so just as you're about, so move back 1 more. So just as you're about to step into the next tile or further down this corridor, you notice an absence in footsteps. All around the rest of this area, you've seen the earthen floor has been worn by hundreds upon hundreds of ancient footsteps that pitter-patter here and there. But the 5-foot section of floor directly in front of you is strangely lacking those.
My goodness. I'm gonna...
I better step on this.
I bend to a knee and examine the ground in front of me carefully from afar. And I take from my bag the crowbar that I had earlier.
Uh-huh.
And I touch it with the crowbar.
The floor seems to hold. However, when you tap the floor, the dirt bounces ever so slightly.
Bouncy. Not seen this before. There's a bouncy dirt here.
Interesting. I'm in the other room. I'm just saying interesting.
Potatoes, what do you make of this bouncy dirt?
Bouncy would imply that there's nothing underneath it. It gives it room to reverberate like a drum.
Ooh, perhaps a hollow space. Or a trap. I look for a seam or an attachment of the drum head that he speaks of.
Okay, so how are you looking?
I follow the natural wall where that piece juts out a little.
Okay. Yeah,
And
so
study it.
besides the dirt floor seems seamless.
Well, I'd hate to lose a crowbar. Are there any stray objects that we don't care about?
Well,
I mean, I do have, and I'll take out the sword from earlier. The sword that I got from the first floor of the house.
That's a lovely piece of steel, but none of us care to wield it. Why not? And I'll allow this sword with the windmill on its pommel to
Goodbye, sword.
land in the square.
you toss it in the middle of the square.
Yeah.
You see it hits the middle of the square, and ever so slightly does the floor bow downwards. Like maybe an inch, and you can see that the dirt begins to like sift downwards until a seam can be seen running up the center of the square of earth, essentially like this. So you can now see there's a little dark seam in the middle. The sword is across the middle like that, and it's enough weight to have pushed it down maybe an inch or two, and now there's some dirt falling away in the middle.
Clearly a trapdoor, indeed.
Good
thinking, Thanos.
You're my witness. I promised Davish that I would return that to the house later, and I mean this is still kind of technically the house, so I stayed to my word.
All right. Well, if you wish to retrieve it, you may.
Nope.
I'm not
nope,
gonna risk
I'm okay.
falling in that hole.
Nope. Happy. Yep. Sound of the drums beating in my heart. Now I'm okay.
Where did the others go? They went south. Oh.
Yeah,
we
they
should
went this
follow
way.
them. We should follow them.
Okay. All right, so you rejoin your party, leaving the sword there. And you join them in what you have come to realize is some kind of macabre dining hall. There's still the matter of the darkened alcove to the south.
I'll step forward and kind of peer into the alcove.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's a simple larder, and there are bits and pieces of human bodies, various degrees of complete decay lying on the larder shelves. Roll me a perception check.
Oh. Here comes a failure. No, that's not bad.
Ooh, okay. As you're looking at the larder and you're seeing these human remains all about, you notice suddenly this dripping from above. You see this viscous, thick, kind of like saliva-like material drip down and actually hits your boot.
I'll immediately step back.
Yeah, and you look up as this creature drops down from the ceiling above and in front of you. Everybody roll initiative.
Remember to click your token before you hit initiative.
The creature before you is a thing of horror. It has a beak with it is like a long worm with a beak with 4 suckered tentacles that terminate in talons.
Ugh.
Yeah. All right. Let me get him into play real quick. That's not the right layer. That was right.
Thing's hideous.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
A Grick.
All right, is there something special I need to do to select my character again? I forget.
No, just hit your token. And
Right.
then on your character sheet, hit initiative while your token's selected.
Character sheet. That's the part I was missing.
There you go. Very good.
Alrighty.
Dead last. Woohoo.
All right. The monstrosity slithers forward. And Sir Davish, it appears... Well, fuck, what's going on here?
What?
Some turn order.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the turn order.
Wow. Let me just clear it all off. We'll do it again.
Oh.
Oh, but
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Something happened last week.
I think I need to clear it before each new encounter, and I didn't do that. So it added a bunch of crap that.
Oh, good.
And I apologize. I know I screwed you guys over really bad there, but that's okay. I apologize for that.
It's still not doing it. There.
I'm okay. I like the new round. I'm okay.
It's doing.
Oh wait, never mind. Damn it.
You got it. Everybody's in now. And unfortunately, y'all.
One person.
Got a shitty roll off of that. I think we're missing one.
Yeah, we're
Who
missing.
is it? Missing Xavier. Xavier, do you know how to roll initiative, my dude? Oh, I can't hear you, James.
James, are you there?
Yeah, I got a 6.
There you go.
Okay. I don't see Xavier's initiative.
He didn't re-roll it. Re-roll it, James.
Yeah, you get it. Everybody gets a free re-roll. For you, it's a good thing. For everybody else, it sucked.
Yep.
18. Nice. Okay, awesome. Okay, cool. So the aberration slithers forth directly into you, Sir Davish.
Dear God, what an abomination!
And your shield turns away its mighty tentacle onslaught. So its tentacles are now wrapped around your shield, and its beak is gnashing at the centerpiece of your shield, and it's just wrestling on the shield with you, trying to get at you. But otherwise,
what a jerk.
Otherwise, has failed to be effective. Tados, it's your turn. Tados, it's your turn.
Alrighty, so I hear. Let's see here. Move. Okay, so that was one. Sorry, let me back up and I'm going to tell you where I'm going, how I'm going there.
Okay.
Here. So I'm going to end up right here.
Wonderful, yeah, that's fine.
Alrighty. Big Ugly. I'm going to look at it and pull out my violin
Okay.
and start to string a beat of "You look like you were an off-breed between a parakeet and an octopus," and vicious mockery it.
Can you? Do you have vicious mockery to print out for me?
Fucking wrecked, son.
I do. Oh wait, that's give me a
Rip it.
second here.
That's
You
hilarious.
look like shit. Do 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 do.
Hey, I never said I was good at it. That's why it's mockery.
Parakeet and an octopus. Hell yeah.
Parakeets are vicious, man. Not as vicious as a cocktail, but still pretty vicious.
Does it need to understand your language to be effective?
No.
Target can hear you, though it need not understand you.
Okay.
Yes.
No intelligence requirement.
No intelligence.
No, it's a wisdom save.
Got it. Here it comes. I'm gonna fail.
Okay, so it's a 1d4. Give me a second to get to my sheet.
Do
And-
do
and
do
for
do.
my next attack. Is that the situation?
Meh. It's 8 damage.
1 damage and disadvantage on my next attack.
Attack roll. Yep, before the end of its next turn.
All right. Make sure I don't forget that, everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Seeing as though it'll be against me, I will make sure not to.
Okay. Awesome. And are you done?
Yeah, I believe so. I am going to continue to strum my beat and think of something that rhymes with octopus.
Okay. Wonderful. Xavier.
Yes.
How would you like to
All
expend
right.
your answer? Yes.
I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. Wonderful. Can you press that button for me?
Dissonant whispers, huh?
All right. What is the so what's the spell's full effects?
Okay. One sec. The spell's full effect is I whisper a dissonant melody that only one creature of my choice can hear within range, racking it with terrible pain.
All right. What?
The target must make a wisdom saving throw on a failed save. It takes 3d6 psychic damage.
Uh-huh.
And
And
must immediately use its reaction,
two.
if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you. The creature doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground such as fire or pit on a succession save. This target takes half as much damage as does and doesn't have to move away.
Okay.
A deafened creature automatically succeeds.
All right. So he's going to use his reaction, and he's going to frighteningly move back into its lair, the larder.
Okay.
That is going to trigger an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Opportunity for you, Sir Davish, if you so choose to use your reaction.
Yeah. I'll hit it.
Strike out. 17 versus AC will hit. Damage, please.
Uh-huh. Yep. Damage it for 7.
Okay. Your weapon does not seem as effective as you're used to it being. However, you do cut the beast.
Okay.
However, the wound does not seem as bad as you expected it to seem.
Of
Okay.
course.
Xavier, anything else out of you, sir?
I will also Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, bonus action Bardic Inspiration. Who gets it?
I am going to give that to Alkari.
Alkier, you now have Bardic Inspiration, which I believe you can use at your leisure to add a d6 to any roll you make. Is that correct?
1
Yeah.
minute is a minute.
10 minutes.
10 rounds.
To any ability.
Whoa.
Alrighty then.
Is it any skill, ability check, saving throw, or attack roll? Is that how it works?
Pretty much any d20 roll.
Any d20 roll. Okay. And it's your turn now, Alkier.
Alrighty. 7. Reset my hit points because I believe that only lasts an hour. All right, so am I correct in assuming that standing where I am in the stairwell, I can see over top of my comrades with a clear vision of the foe?
I would say that I would say if you were going to use a ranged attack from your current location, that the Grick would have light cover. That would be a +2 to its AC.
So is he in like a corridor or a downward step or?
Yeah, he's down a step away from you, and then he's also across the table, and he's in another little alcove in the back of the room.
Gotcha.
So if you were to move forward to either side of the table or get on top of the table, that would get rid of. You could even go into this square here. That would get rid of his cover bonus at that point.
Alrighty, then I will swiftly do a step around Klug there and stand just before the table.
Oh, there wasn't a step there. I didn't realize there wasn't a step there. Yeah, but there, yeah. Okay.
Is there no step there? That's all ground level?
That was all ground level.
Oh, okay.
I thought that I can't see underneath these tokens, so I moved Cloak and I saw that.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Alright, so from this position I have clear.
Yeah.
line.
Yeah. You can get up and over the table and you can see it because it's kind of frightened and it's backed itself in the corner, and so now you have an open shot. Absolutely. Fire over the top of Sir Davish, no problem.
Alright, then Alkir is going to do just that and fire some fire over the top of Sir Davish.
Oof. Okay.
Ooh, fingers crossed.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good rolls.
Nice.
Oh, you got a crit?
Hell yeah.
Bewildering green flame and hurls it towards the target. This green flame, as it sails through the air, lets out a lowly whistle, much like a drop of burning liquid does as it whirs through the air. And it impacts its target exactly where he was aiming. And what happens there?
So what you'll get to do is you get to roll double damage dice.
Ooh, double damage dice. Now
Hell yeah.
that's news to me. So do I click the damage thing twice, or how does that work?
So you'll click the damage thing once.
Okay.
Go ahead and do that.
And click.
Okay. So it's a 1d10. Now you roll a d10 and add the d10 to it.
Okay, so I'll roll a d10.
Yep. So far you have 7 damage. And another 7 is 14 total, which is exactly how many hit points he had. So you can go ahead and describe your kill, sir.
And as that ball of whistling flame impacts the target, it lets out it doesn't a sound, right? As the ball of alchemical fire impacts its target. I don't know. I was aiming for the beak there.
Okay.
Fire goes into the mouth of the beast and into its throat.
Oof. Yucky.
Burning it from the inside out in a chemical fire. A magical chemical fire.
God damn.
With an unearthly squeal, the creature is slain. Looks like a slug, a salted slug, wriggling in the alcove.
Nice shot.
Ugh.
And in vigor and joy, Alkir grins and shouts, "Taste my fire, you foul beast!" as he slays his opponent, feeling just such exhilaration from being able to conjure his deepest powers.
I'll quickly turn to you and go, "Nice shot, but shh. We don't know what else lurks in here."
Xavier pulls out his mirror and just starts checking his hair out.
What excitement, though!
I know, and I'll give you a hearty.
I live for this.
I'll give you a hearty handshake and be like, "Good job, but we must press on." Very good job.
I'm kind of skulking in the background, looking a little bit miffed that I didn't get to do anything, and kind of look at my other new blade and just sigh a little bit and trudge on.
Poor thing.
All right.
And Tormund way in the back. What is he doing?
Not even aware we were in combat.
You hear the
What's
sounds
going
of
on up
battle coming from the south. They shortly dissipate.
What was that?
Huh? Oh, we met an unfriendly fellow.
You're making quite a racket.
What did you find in the other hallway?
Well, there's a trap with a clear sign that many people have bypassed it easily in the past. Shouldn't be too hard.
Very good. Well, form up on me. We'll adventure down this hallway and see where it goes, and then we'll go back towards that chanting.
To the west?
To the west.
Yeah. Sir Davish, from your current location, you can hear that the sounds of chanting are coming more strongly from the west, northwest specifically.
Gotcha.
Now, hang on. Where's this patches going? That trap I found was in the other passage.
Well, you know what to look for, so I'll let you lead.
It was going a similar way. I don't think we should approach without too much caution.
Well, I will let you lead. You know what we're looking for. I'll be right on his heels.
Okay, wonderful. So, Tormund, as you make your way around that 90-degree bend to the west, coming from the south there, you can clearly hear the sounds of the chanting are stronger to the north, and to the south and to the west, there's just this awful stench. Just stench of rotting flesh.
I don't know if we want to go this way. It smells pretty bad.
We should always make sure our back is covered, so to say.
I'm taking a peek around the corner, and I look as far as I can decipher, and I see a couple of star-shaped stones in the distance around this corner.
Yeah, I'll explain what's going on in that here. That is so you peek your head around the corner to the south, and it makes a 90-degree turn to the west, and then again to the south, and opens up into a room whereby you can see a couple, from your vantage point, a couple of skeletal forms kind of leaning up against the walls. And then at the center of the chamber, there is at the back, the south wall of the chamber, there is a rounded alcove within which stands a tall, gaunt statue, which is holding some kind of orb in one hand and has the other hand atop the head of a wolf statue. And I will describe the room in full if you
Some
were
kind of tribute room this way. It smells terrible, but I think we should investigate.
All right, awesome. All right, so as you start to move forward, I need everybody to roll initiative, please.
Okay, well, I was right on Tomlin's heels.
Yeah, that's fine. Put yourself into where you would have been in marching order if you were following If you were staying behind, whatever, just stay where you're at. Otherwise, get into the position where you think you should be right now and roll initiative. And I am going to have to go into another layer to do this. Okay, let's see if I can use two. Oh, 6. And this one maybe.
The initiative roller fucked up again.
How did it fuck up again? It didn't. It's good. It's correct.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't take mine though. I had my token clicked and everything.
Oh,
I see Tatos as last with a 15, and
He has.
well, it hasn't been reordered yet. It hasn't been
Wow.
reordered yet.
I don't see. I don't see. So
Yeah, it didn't accept it whenever I had my token clicked and I hit a initiative. It didn't pop up.
I'll try it again.
Oh shit, Bob.
There you are.
Did I get him on? Xavier, I'll take your original total. It's fine. Okay.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay. All right. So, Klug. So first off, y'all can hear like the earth beneath your feet, Tormund, and the earth beneath your feet, Tatos, begins to burst upwards. Klug, from the west, you see two mounds, one directly in front of you, start to burst upwards, and then one behind that, 10 feet deeper to the west, begins to burst forth. However, the creature coming from the west, further down the hallway, manages to break free of the earth. It lurches forward, this wretched, dead thing. It's wearing these blackened robes, and it's adorned in golden chains, or, well, what look like golden chains, and it's lurching forward, and you hear it. It says as it lurches forward, let me find the my notes for this. It says, "Oh, beautiful. We are so beautiful. Nothing can hurt us. We are perfect." And it lurches its way down the hallway and enters into melee with you. Okay. And it's going to make its attack with its claws. I see your AC. Miss. Okay, and you easily turn away the attack. Xavier, you're up.
Nice.
All right. Hearing the commotion, I move up to see what's going on. Oh. And then... Wow. Okay. I use Fury Fire.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So there's only one visible target currently. All the other targets are underground.
All the other targets are underground.
That's correct.
Then I guess I'll hold off on using that.
Do you want to prepare your action and hold it?
Yes.
Okay. What are you preparing? Dancing Light. And what is your trigger? You have to choose it now.
Trigger.
Yeah, what are the circumstances under which you can then use your reaction to cast it? And it could be pretty broad. You can say, when I see a number of targets I'm comfortable with, I get to do this. Whatever. I think you want to go. You want to go more focused than that, but something like that.
All right.
So what are you waiting for exactly?
I'm thinking. Hang on. No. Instead, I think I will. God, this is a difficult situation here. Okay. So instead, I will move in over here. I could pass somebody, right? I could pass through their space.
You can pass through. You can pass through friendly people, no problem.
Okay. And from here,
From there, you could target the undead monstrosity, which is currently attacking Klug. You could indeed.
I will cast heroism on Klug.
All right, go ahead. What does it do? All right. It's concentration, up to 1 minute. Willing creatures you trust are imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your scalp. Your spell, which is +3 currently. Do you have a 6? Do you have a 17 charisma?
I do have a 17 charisma.
Okay.
So I get the.
So +3 temporary hit points. So in your character sheet, you'll see a location for temporary hit points, Emily, and you can put 3 temporary hit points in there. You're also immune from being frightened, which is probably going to be pretty good for you because.
How many?
You gain 3 temporary hit points, which would put you at 19 of 16.
Correct.
Okay. And your character sheet does support it. And when you do update it, will show on your. It should show on your. It should show. I would think it would show.
I put just 3 in temporary hit points, like the addition, not total.
It's not showing up here, so I'm just going to do it on your. I'm just going to do it on this. I'm going to go like that. No, there we. Oh. Now we can see them. Now we can see them on your actual token.
Okay.
Cool beans. And just a cool little hot tip for anybody who doesn't know: when you click on your token and you click on the number that represents your HP, which is the green bar, you can do negative such and such or plus such and such, and it will adjust. Nice. It will adjust your HP as shown. Okay, so Xavier, anything else from you, sir?
I will then give Bardic Inspiration to Klug.
All right, Klug, you have Bardic Inspiration, and you have Heroism, which is the spell that we can all see there. That is, your other Bardic Inspiration is still on Alkier, if I believe. That lasts for an hour, yes? Is that correct?
10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes, all right. So that'll still be in effect. So Alkier and Klug both have... And how many uses of that ability do you have?
3.
3.
Yes, 3. Okay. So you've used 2. Wonderful. All right, we're moving on. Potatoes!
So there's something... Is it trying to well its way up under my feet, or what's going on with that?
It is. There's something kind of just climbing out of the earth beneath your feet, yes.
It's kind of sort of prone, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to take out my rapier, and I'm going to start saying to myself, it's all right, we're doing fine. It's all right, we're doing fine. Fine. I'm going to give myself Bardic Inspiration, and I'm going to stab it with my rapier.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. She.
Oh, well,
Ouch.
That's
Don't you?
advantage
Yeah,
because
don't
it's
you get
prone. It's
advantage because it's
19.
prone?
19 will hit. Roll damage.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me just.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's better than critically hitting my toe.
Okay,
and
cool.
then
Sorry, I had to move you to get to the thing.
I was gonna say why guy wasn't there.
Yeah. You were. I'm moving you back now. I gotta
I
figure out.
don't mind being over there. All right.
Yeah, you sink your rapier into the earth, and as you pull it back, it's slick with black ichor.
Then I am going to. Stand there and prepare to shit my pants.
Fuck yeah. Okay. Tormund.
Okay. What do I see in front of me in the room?
In the room?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll just go to the room. This room is festooned with moldy skeletons that hang from rusty shackles against the walls. A wide alcove in the south wall contains a painted wooden statue carved in the likeness of a gaunt, pale-faced man wearing a flowing black cloak. His pale left hand resting on the head of a wolf that stands next to him. In his right hand, he holds a smoky gray crystal orb. Backlit by flickering lights, the statue casts 5 ominous shadows across the barren floor. The room has exits in the west and north walls. Chanting can be heard coming from the west.
I step quickly 1 square south.
To the north, to the west. What the fuck? Yeah, absolutely.
And I, in one fluid motion, draw Black Hammer,
Mm-hmm.
wielding the sign of Talos.
Mm-hmm.
And I raise it above my head and channel divinity.
Okay.
And as it is raised, lightning strikes it, and I bring it down on the thing in front of me, back in the corridor.
Okay, that hasn't come out of the ground yet? It hasn't come out of the ground yet.
I can't see anything.
There's
There's
a
nothing.
mound of dirt kind of pushing up at your feet. where
Okay,
you
I use my reaction to prepare that attack, and as a bonus action, I have regained 1 expended first level spell slot.
Okay. Really? Wow, that's awesome. Okay, cool. So you're waiting for something to pop up out of that mound.
Yeah, I'm expecting
You're-
something to pop out of that
you
mound.
intend to
I'm gonna
strike.
hit it. I'm gonna hit
Okay.
it. That's
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, so beneath your feet, Tados, the creature emerges. Again, its face is sunken in, flesh falling away, its fucking muscles all sinew, and it's fucking gross. And it's wrapped up in these black wool cultist robes, and it's muttering gibberish about being immortal and being perfect and being beautiful, and about turning away the interlopers. And then it claws at you. Alright. Okay. Alright. 22 to hit. That one's gonna succeed, I believe. I need a Constitution saving throw from you, Tados.
Beautiful.
You gave yourself bardic inspiration, remember?
Oh yeah, believe me.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And,
you rolled a 3.
yeah.
Would you like to use your bardic inspiration?
Oh, I've got to. Well, shit. It's a D6.
It's a D6.
It's not gonna make a difference.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna take 6 slashing damages,
The damages.
and you're paralyzed. Your body stiffens up as the claws of this thing puncture your skin. You feel the stiffness emanating out from the point of the wound, and soon your whole body is locked up. It's excruciatingly painful, and you cannot move a muscle. You'll be able to repeat this save at the end of each of your turns.
Okay.
So you are paralyzed, and you have taken 6 damage.
Okay, I took the damage.
Wonderful. Sir Davish,
Yes.
these ghoulish creatures are bursting from the earth all around you, and you just saw your ally Tados get struck, paralyzed by one of their clawed hands.
Is this one out of the ground?
The one right in front of you that just assaulted Tados, yes, it is out of the ground.
But he's facing the opposite way.
Well, he's engaged with Tados, but he's just hit him, so he's probably spun around to take a look at you, or perhaps is getting ready to take a chunk out of Tados' neck, one of the two.
Okay, so I'll engage him, but I'll start by unsheathing my sword in K. Undeath is a curse that blights this world. I am the guardian that is here to purge your blight. And I will take a swing at Mr. whatever his name is here with my long sword.
Cultist number 2.
Yes, that one.
Cultist ghoul number 2.
And 13 hit their AC.
Let me just take a look. I got like so much shit up on my screen.
Okay.
Just a tiny second here. Oh, fucking cool. Yeah, 13 will hit.
I'm going to also do a Divine Smite.
All right, so roll damage and add your smite to that.
Okay, stand by. Roll some damages. And then this is an undead, correct?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
3d8. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Well, we're doing it this way anyway.
Oh, it's 1-8.
Yep.
It's a 4.
So 18,
22.
22.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, that's going to be a one-hitter quitter, so you want to go ahead and give us
One-hitter quitter. All right. So as Sir Davish turns to see what has just happened to his friend, he says his saying as he draws his sword out. The blade itself turns black, but a white sheen just ignites all around it like a holy fire as he cleaves the thing in half. And his eyes are vibrantly golden white. As it kind of dissipates and the creature itself splits in half, it burns up and is no more.
Fuck. Fucked up, man. Let me tell you, it's gonna move you a second. Is that the end of your turn?
Because lay on hands is a action.
It is.
Then yes, it does.
Okay.
I will turn towards this man and ready my shield.
All right. Another of these ghoulish figures bursts forth, now crowding into the corridor around you, Glug. And seeing as you are the closest and most available target to it, it will lunge forward, entering into battle alongside its fellow in an attempt to scratch it and claw at you.
All right, give me 5. 2 of them.
Lord,
Not 5.
so
More like
lucky.
5.
You're just so lucky, Klug.
So
You're
lucky.
so lucky. As the two accidentally wrap themselves up in each other, and you're able to effectively defend yourself for the time being. However, the stench is overpowering, and it's beginning to wear on your nerves. Make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh shit, that's not my strong spot. No, apparently it is. Hello.
All right.
Was that? I think that was the wrong one.
All right.
That's the wisdom save.
Oh, hold
You-
on. Hold on.
Hey, you all shut up.
I need to know if I hit the right button.
You did. You rolled a wisdom save.
It's saving throws. Okay, yes I did. Sorry, continue.
You rolled a wisdom save. you start to feel this horror overtaking you, and then, as if a cool breeze washes over you, the magic of Xavier boosts you full of heroism, and you turn the fear aside and are able to continue fighting. Wonderful.
Excellent.
And it's now your turn, Klug.
Klug will take Klug's turn. All right.
What will Klug do? Klug's turn.
So, a cantrip is a bonus action, correct?
No. Cantrip is what it
Not
tells you.
unless it says it is.
Cantripped, first round description.
We'll always tell you what kind of action it is, right in the description.
Concentration to 1 round. Extend your fingers, point target.
Should.
Doesn't say if, yeah, okay.
Casting
It's
time.
action. Got it, 1 action. 1 action. All right. Still getting used to this. Sorry, guys. Okay. I'm gonna do. As a bonus actions, Hexblade Curse.
Okay. Which target will you target? Will you target cultist ghoul number 1 or cultist ghoul number 3?
Which one's closest?
They're both right next to you. They're both directly to your west. One of them, though, cultist number 3, just took its turn.
All right, I'm gonna go after cultist 1.
Cultist number 1. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that one had the gold on it, so.
Yeah, I had like a golden necklace on. All right, so I'm gonna give it a mark. It's gonna get the hexed mark there. Okay. Okay, and that was your bonus action. Now, what would you like to do?
I'm going to take the silver short sword and attack.
Okay, roll your attack roll, please. Oh, ouch.
Not good.
All right. So that's a critical failure. Goodness.
Doesn't Klug have Bardic Inspiration? That doesn't help.
She
Doesn't help.
does. That's not going to augment a critical failure. 1 is still a 1. A natural 1 is a natural 1. Neither of the 2 ghouls to her west are prone. They are both fully emerged and have both made
All
their
right.
moves.
I go in, charging and screaming this, what I think is a great battle cry,
Uh-huh.
and I start to bring the sword down, and the creature whips around and throws its hands up and grabs my wrists and gives a really wicked smile, and I just this waft of horrid breath in my face.
I'll take it. Take it.
Run with it, sir.
All right. Yeah. So you're grappled. You're
Mhm.
grappled by ghoul number 2 or 3, and we'll resolve that as your crit. I was going to break your sword, so you're lucky you spoke up.
Oh, whoops. We could have broken it.
No, you're lucky you spoke up. You're lucky. That's good. That's good.
Is that
Well,
what
then
I'm
your turn there.
doing if the crit fail? Should I narrate like that?
No, you're fine. So it doesn't matter. Like if you hose yourself well enough, I'll accept what you've decided to hose yourself with. If I feel like you haven't hosed yourself enough, I'll add some extra hosing.
Okay.
That's generally how it works.
Fair enough.
As long as someone's getting hosed, we're happy. You know, that's what we want to see when those ones come up. We want to see some hosing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Currently, cultist ghoul number 4 emerges before Tormund and makes ready to attack. Ghoul number 4 attacks Tormund.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Man, my Discord.
Did you try to say something? I feel like you might have. You're still breaking up really bad.
He's
Oh, you're
I
muted
can't
currently.
unmute myself.
There you go.
There.
I can't.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. We hear you.
We hear you, but the mute button is there, but we still heard you there for a second.
Okay, I
There you
think
go.
I'm here.
Yep.
I'm
Now you're there.
reacting with my prepared reaction as soon as it emerges.
Okay.
The Black Hammer descends.
That's what I thought. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and make your attack, bro. I'm like, go number 4 emerges.
All right, he keeps going.
Go number 4 attacks. All right, 14 hits. 22 hits too if you had advantage on that. I don't know
I
for sure.
did not.
Oh, he's
You
prone.
do
Unless
6
it was
bludgeoning
prone.
damage?
Unless it was
Prone, yeah.
I don't think
Well-
it was prone. Maybe.
Yeah, that one was getting up. So as soon as it emerged, it would have still been prone. So
Okay, sweet. Well,
it was 22. Is that the correct damage total?
Blam. Yes. That is
Yeah,
correct.
fuck yeah. Crack the thing over the head, and part of the skull opens up, exposing like petrified brain matter within. Oof, anything? Oh, that was your reaction. So then it lunges forward to return the favor. $20 versus AC?
Yeah, it gets.
Okay. Make me a Constitution saving throw, please. Oof.
1.
Oof. Yeah, you feel a stiffness throbbing out from your thigh where the claws found purchase, but you shrug it off and only take the 6 slashing damage.
Sweet.
All right. And Alkir.
Alrighty. Oh boy, finally. What Alkir is going to do is he's going to promptly cast a spell upon himself.
Wonderful.
And that spell will be... Shoot, we got them all expanded here. Mage Armor!
Okay.
I'm going to cast upon myself Mage Armor, and my AC becomes 13 plus a Dex modifier,
Fuck yeah.
which is... Core page, Dex 3, boosts me up to 16. Do I modify that from token? Like, do I manually do it, or?
You can yeah, I mean, I'm not for sure what it's gonna do. What's your current AC? I'll just write it down.
13. Current is 13.
Oh, it's on there. It said you had 13 already.
So
It
it boosts
goes
it
up
to
13
16.
plus dex.
Boosted to 16.
Boosts
Okay.
it to 16.
Yeah, I'm just gonna modify your token. The blue field is your AC. So your AC is currently 16 on the token.
Okay.
Yeah. Would you like to move as well, or use a bonus action?
Let's see, bonus action. Not much I can do with a bonus action right in this current situation.
Yeah, you can hear a pitched battle off to your west.
Yeah, I'm certainly going to storm forward.
Okay.
See, like 1, 2, 5, 10, 15.
Yeah, and you get your first look at these desiccated corpses that are gnashing and flailing wildly at your allies.
Oh my lord, what have y'all gotten into? Oh jeez, I need to...
You do still have Bardic Inspiration, but you're short in action currently.
I am short in action. I can't attack with a bonus action, can I?
You cannot.
I cannot.
And you cannot cast 2 spells in one turn either.
Right. I'm aware of that. I'm out of spell slots anyhow.
Oof.
Took that one I got from leveling up to cast the mage armor. Felt
Gotcha.
it was necessary in this situation though.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a great 8-hour cast, 16 AC, not bad. Yeah. I mean, that's probably the best armor spell in the game.
Alrighty, well that's that. I'm here in the fray and get to watch what's going on.
All right. Right on. That'll bring us around to the top of the initiative order. With ghoul number 1.
Ah, no.
And ghoul number 1 is hexed, but still is going to flail wildly at you, since you are the present target. Okay. 10 versus AC is going to miss once more. So I'm just seeing, like, Klug just... Oh, wait, no, he has advantage. He has advantage because you're grappled by number 2.
I remember
Okay.
Klug's luck is the flip of a coin.
Yeah, Klug's look is the flip of a coin, and Klug is currently grappled, so the ghoul that is attacking you gets advantage, gets to use the 20 that it got, and will hit. So I do need a Constitution saving throw from you, please.
All right. Where's that on here? On the form.
So you just made a Wisdom saving throw a little while ago. Now you need to hit the Constitution.
Great, got it. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. You're gonna fail as well. So you're currently being grappled by one ghoul, and the other manages to reach around and rake his claws across your neck, doing 9 slashing damage, and very quickly your body stiffens up rigidly, and then you're completely at the mercy of the ghoul that currently has you grappled as your body is paralyzed. However, did you want to use... I forgot that you had Bardic Inspiration. I'm going to offer you the chance to use it on that saving throw now, even though I've already described the failure.
There's a second ghoul that has to go one more turn ahead of me.
Yeah.
I'm going to save it.
You're going to save it? Okay, great.
Just in a chance.
The saving throw that you just rolled, the failure for, has resulted in you becoming paralyzed. And you've taken 9 damage, and we'll move on now. Okay. Turn order. Xavier, so you see your mate Klug suddenly go tense, just in the same way Tatos did moments before. She is currently being overrun by 2 undead fiends, which seem intent on consuming her. What will you do?
Now, can I see them from here, or can I not?
Yeah, they're just around your corner. You're
Okay.
like, yeah. And remember, like, when battles happen, there's a lot of movement going on in each square and whatnot, and we're just seeing little like photographs as your turn. So continue.
All right, so I look forward and I pull my rapier from its sheath, and I take swipes at the one that's grappling.
Klug. The one that's grappling Klug?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So it's in a grapple currently, which I believe will also give you advantage against it. So go ahead and roll with advantage.
Ooh.
It has not had a turn to release the grapple, so 18 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. Okay. Wow. That's a serious amount of damage.
Nice.
Okay, so the one that's currently got Klug was Ghoul 1 or Ghoul 3? It was Ghoul 1, right? Yeah.
It was Ghoul 1.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay. All right. Holy shit. Yeah, man, you shove your rapier into it a good 5 or 6 times, and it's still wildly trying to snap and bite at Klug, but eventually it notices that it's being relieved of its ichor and turns its attention towards you. However, it's moving a considerable bit more sluggish now. What would you like to do with the rest of your turn? Do you have anything else?
I will then use Bardic Inspiration once again but on my.
On yourself? Okay. You're now bardically inspired. You have used your last bardic inspiration on yourself. Okay. Can't move or speak. On man, fail strength, dexterity, some attack roll this creature. Advantage. Creature. Incapacitated. Okay. Incapacitated is an incapacitated. You can't take actions or reactions. Okay. All right. Jados, it's your turn. You can't take actions or reactions or move. Is there anything you can do?
I can make my Constitution save to be able to come back to life.
At the end of your turn, yes. Go ahead.
And I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
And that is plus a... Oh, stop it.
1d6.
12.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. Without that bardic inspiration, you were screwed, but you managed to recover your senses and the use of your body. Luckily. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Dorman, you see your ally snap out of whatever state he was in. However, you can hear screaming from further towards the north as something is clearly going wrong.
Oh yeah.
Amongst your allies up that way. It is your
What
turn.
can I see from my current location? Back up the hall. What? Who is visible? Everything that's on my screen is kind of a wash. So.
Okay. So you can see Sir Davish. You can see like Klug, part of Klug, and a couple of like shadowy assailants, kind of rummage, like ransacking her. You can see like a bit of Alcure, and you can see a bit of Xavier.
Okay.
Behind Klug.
So I've got 3 solid adversaries within my gaze. Yeah.
Well, you can't really. I would say that the 2 ghouls that are assaulting Klug would be heavily obscured from you, but you can tell that they're there.
Okay. I'm gonna rip my hammer out of the head of the one in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I... For Talos! And I hit my hammer against my shield. Radiant word. I choose the 3 creatures that I can see that are adversaries, and each of them must make a Constitution save.
This is the one closest to you. What's your DC?
It's 13.
Fail, succeed.
Fail. Both the fails. First one takes 2. The second one takes 1. Third one takes nothing.
1 damage. 2 damage and no damage. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. And what is that? What was that you did?
That is called, it's a cantrip, Word of Radiance.
Oh, okay. Just a little AoE plinker. Anything else from you?
That's it.
Sir Davish, you're up. You have an assailant to your west who is currently engaged with Tormund, and you have 2 assailants currently having their way with Klug, who is paralyzed.
All right, I'm going to step up here.
Giggity.
Yep. Okay. So you
And
step up into engagement with Klug and the 2 ghoulish apparitions, and you do what?
You said so both of them are hurt at this point, correct?
One of them is hurt.
Okay.
One of them is seared and skewered, and the other looks like it's moving clumsily.
I will, I'm going to try and just get Klug out of their hands.
Okay. Hey, is Hex a concentration effect?
Me?
The curse is not. The hex is.
Okay,
The
so the
Hex
Hex
blade?
would actually end when she becomes paralyzed then?
I don't know.
Here, let me check a look
Hang
at
on.
it.
Sure, click it.
All right, I didn't use Hex, the spell.
Didn't use hex, yeah.
I used the cantrip.
Oh,
It's not a cantrip. It's
Sorry, you're right. It's
not a spell at all. It's a
class feature.
class feature. Yeah.
Okay, so it's probably still in effect.
All right, Hex Warrior, Hex Blade.
Mhm.
Influence
Blade's
your patron also allows you mysterious channel yours through that.
Hexblade's curse.
Benefits last until you finish a long rest.
Okay, so cool. So the hex is still in effect.
Mhm.
That's one that gives you advantage and crits on 19 and 20. Yes.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
No,
And
no
also-
advantage. No advantage.
You can use your charisma modifier instead of strength or dexterity for an attack. And damage rolls.
Oh, cool. Neat.
Optional.
All right, neat. Okay, so Sir Davish, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and get her out of the grass, so whoever has her.
Okay, so you'll go athletics
Mhm.
athletics to try to break the grapple. Sure thing. Roll your athletics. Yeah, you easily are able to pull Klug away from and out of the grasp of cultist ghoul.
Yeah, I kind of bash him with the shield to put her behind me where Alkier is, and I will turn to face the ghoul with my shield raised.
Uh-huh. Okay, awesome. Alright, who's up next? Alright. Okay, so the wounded ghoul takes up the challenge and lunges forward.
Cool.
.22 versus AC will hit. I need a Constitution saving throw from you, please.
Jesus.
Okay, that'll be a success. So, just like your other allies who've succeeded before you, as the ghoul manages to draw blood, dealing 7 slashing damage to you, you feel a stiffness in your joints, but are able to overcome it and remain in control of your body.
All right.
Klug, at the end of your turn, please make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay. Jeez.
Okay, you rolled an 8. You have Bardic Inspiration available. Would you like to use Bardic Inspiration?
I suggest
please.
yes.
Okay, go ahead
Should
and
have done it
roll
before. I
a D6.
figured that out.
Roll yourself a D6, please. No,
Oh,
just a
D6.
Just a
D6.
D6.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
God, man.
unfortunately, you failed the saving throw and remain paralyzed. Moving on. Okay. Tormund, your assailant begins his attack anew, lunging forward in a flurry of claws and teeth. 18 versus AC.
That's a match.
Okay. Constitution saving throw, please. All right. You will succeed at your Constitution saving throw, once again shrugging off the paralytic effect, but will take 6 slashing damage as a result of the wounds inflicted.
All right, as soon as it hits, I rebuke my attacker, slamming into it with my shield and dealing 2d8 lightning damage.
Ooh, is that a reaction?
It is a reaction.
Okay, let's see here. Where are you at in initiative order? You are at 14. We are currently at 7. The round has passed, so you do have your reaction back. Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Storm.
2 damage. Okay, I will.
Ouch.
Some static sparks fly off of your shield and sizzle the creature's flesh, leaving behind small burn marks and the otherwise unmarred desiccated skin.
That's fucked up, man.
That's sad, man.
My last 3 damage rolls were 1s.
That was fucking really fucked. All right, I need you to take your 6 slashing damage.
Oh, yeah. You got it.
Alkier, you're up.
I think our DM is enjoying this a little bit too much.
Hey. Where
Not
are
too
we at?
much.
We're right here. We have Sir Davish in front of me. We have, I guess one single beast that I can see from my position.
2. There are 2 in the space to the west. There are 2. There are 2 creatures. One that is wounded, and the other that is not.
Okay, and I can step forward and share a space, or
You can step forward and share a space, and it should keep your token on top for you. I will lose track of who's in there, but that's okay. I don't care.
okay. I'm gonna most certainly step forward, or Alkier steps forward,
Okay.
standing at the side of Sir Davish, with dagger in hand.
Okay.
And he's gonna go ahead and take that dagger and thrust it forth with all of his might
Okay.
into the beast with that has been uninjured.
Uninjured. Okay.
Non-injured.
Uninjured.
Uninjured, yes.
Attack roll, please.
Attack roll. What do we got? Oh, some bitch.
Your dagger, you thrust forward, and at the last moment, the ghoul, just in its frenzied attack, turns to the side, and you catch only its robes. Anything else?
Oh, dear. Nope. Shoot. I was relying on that hit for my spectacular frenzy.
Which one is this? All right. So the uninjured ghoul takes notice of your attempt and makes ready to lunge at your neck.
No.
Deadly claws.
It wouldn't dare.
17 will hit. Make a Constitution saving throw, sir, as the claws rake across your chest, finding purchase against your flesh.
He still has bardic inspiration, right?
You do have bardic inspiration.
Didn't I use it last time on that fireball of doom for
You
extra
didn't.
damage?
You rolled a crit. You didn't have to use it. So you get to choose to use it after or before. After you roll, but before I tell you the result.
Oh, I thought that was what the extra roll was. Okay.
Yeah.
If
So
I didn't use it,
Okay.
then what does it do? It gives me
it gives
another
you.
or +6 to.
It allows you to roll a d6. So if you think you could turn that 3, if you think that 3 is going to fail, and you think a 1d6 could get you past the threshold, which you don't know what it is, then you would roll that d6 and say, I'm using my bardic inspiration, and then you could add that d6 to your 3, and then you would tell me that.
Going to do that in this instance.
Okay, all right, wonderful. That's probably for the best, because you have a very low roll there, and we don't know what the DC is exactly, but
That's true.
likely a d6 wouldn't get you there. So you will feel your body stiffen in place, your eyes go wide in terror as you are paralyzed and take 10 slashing damage.
10 slashing damage.
Ouch.
High roll on that one, yeah.
Yowza.
I know. All right.
Oh.
Welcome to the club.
That's a harsh hit. All right.
Xavier, you just watched your ally Alkier make a brave assault upon the ghoulish cultist, and in return, he was nearly slain in a single frenzied attack.
With a sigh, Xavier just runs forward and turns to Akir before turning to the zombie. Must I do everything? And he takes swipes at the uninjured undead creature with his...
Okay, go right ahead. Oof. Unfortunately, in your haste,
Can I use my bardic inspiration?
yes. Unfortunately, in your haste, you remember to use your bardic inspiration. So you roll a d6, and you're going to hope that the adjusted total will get you a hit. Unfortunately, inspired or otherwise, your rapier does not find its purchase this time. Anything else to do with your turn? Xavier?
Nope, that would be it. Oh, wait.
And we are in a new initiative round here, guys, so all reactions have been reset.
I will use. Could I actually use magical inspiration on Alcaer since he did not use his bardic inspiration?
I don't know what magical inspiration is. What is magical inspiration?
It enhances bardic inspiration. If a creature has a bardic inspiration die from you and casts a spell, the creature can roll that die and add the number of rolled to 1 damage or healing roll of the spell. The bardic inspiration die is then.
I think that's just an ability that you give in general, yeah?
No. Okay.
Is that correct? Is that just an extra way that people can use your bardic inspiration as a glamour bard? I'm not for sure.
It says it enhances the bardic inspiration.
I'll have to look that
It's
up. I'm curious.
Sounds like it would only apply if they're casting a spell.
Yeah. So he's currently paralyzed.
And that's it.
So, and I think didn't he just use his bardic inspiration to try to escape paralyzation? No, he didn't.
No.
He didn't.
It did.
No.
Okay,
So that's it.
Tados! Things are looking grim, Tados. Things are looking grim all around you. There's a pitched battle, and 2 of your allies have been stricken with the same paralytic magic that had just choked the life from you. However, you have recovered.
And they're both to my north, correct?
They're both directly to your north. Your 2 allies and the 2 assailants, or 3, I think there's 3 allies now all in the north. Side by side, 2 of which are paralyzed. The 3rd, Sir Davish, in the center, is trying to hold the line.
I am also there.
Yes, you are paralyzed alongside your friend.
Right.
It's 4 of you there.
I'm not paralyzed.
There's 4 of you in that spot. Yeah, I can't tell who's in there. It's 4. There's 4 dudes, 4 allies directly north, and they're engaged with 2 ghouls.
Okay. The ghouls that are up around, that are northwest of me, one looks untouched, one looks worse for the wear, or how bad does he look?
It's not moving very good anymore at all.
And the one to my southwest by Tormlin?
Looks of a similar condition.
I'm going to go after the one by Tormund.
Okay.
And as I look at him, I start to hum and strum the metal of my rapier.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, of all the bad things that I have ever seen and all the bad jokes I've ever told, I've never seen anyone else's jaw drop as bad as yours. And I'm going to Vicious Mockery.
Is that a spell?
It's a cantrip.
Okay.
It is a wisdom save, DC 13.
Mm-hmm. Holy, just a second. Now, I'm trying to remember what happens when a spellcaster casts a spell in melee range of an enemy. Did they get an opportunity attack, or am I thinking of a different game?
You're
Only if you have the feat for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mage
there might
Slayer
be
or
a
something.
Mage Slayer, maybe, yeah.
Yep.
Is that the only thing it does? Okay, cool. So go ahead. It's a what?
DC 13 wisdom save.
Okay. He's going to succeed.
Okay.
Any effect?
And, let's see here. No effect.
Okay.
So as long as he saves, he's good.
Anything else with your turn?
And what?
And the rest of your turn, sir.
Tormund is still standing pretty solid, or is he
Heck
frozen
yeah.
still?
Tormund has taken a wound, but he doesn't seem particularly bothered by it.
Rock solid.
Solid's not the word I'm going for, but okay. I'm going to take a vocal towards Tormund and use a bardic inspiration.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep.
Tormund, you find yourself inspired just in time for your turn.
Broke all the rules and played all the fools.
Well, feeling inspired, I once again slam my hammer into my shield. Talos! Same 3 targets are still up, yeah?
Yep.
Word of Radiance once again spreads across them. Each of them makes us a Constitution saving throw, DC 13.
Okay, I failed all 3.
All right.
Critically failed 2 of them.
I like that.
6 to the first one
Ooh.
right in front of me.
I like it.
5 to the second
Nice.
one next closest. 4
6.
to the third.
I like that.
Yeah, so this time, the effect sears each individual, leaving massive burn marks across them where it struck. So what was the second number?
The second
was
number was 5.
5 and 4. 6, 5, 4.
And before it was 210.
Yeah, basically.
That was real bad before. Okay, so there are no unwounded assailants now. There is 2 very heavily wounded assailants and 1 mildly wounded assailant. Anything else, Tormund?
No, I ready my shield for another good reaction if he comes at me again.
Okay. Sir Davish,
Yes.
you're up. Two of your allies are paralyzed, and you are joined in battle by Xavier.
I'm going to hit the one that's weakened over here.
Okay.
I think
Strike.
that's the one that goes next in the turn order.
Okay.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
Okay. I'll do that and that. 7 slashing damage.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm going to no else.
All right. You bring down your sword in an expert strike and cut down your foe.
Yay!
There are
All right.
2 assailants remaining.
Perfect.
Anything else?
I will just steady my footing and kind of shove my unconscious friend that's under me back behind where I can defend him.
Not unconscious, just can't move.
Well, Alkira this time.
Yes.
I already
threw you over
pushed
here.
out of the way.
You're supposed to be over here.
Well, I mean, they're both technically still just behind you. In
Yeah,
the
I
same
guess
area.
that's true. That's true.
But yeah, you've got your shield in between them and the assailants.
Mm-hmm.
Klug, it's the end of your turn. Please roll a Constitution saving throw.
Aw, thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, where are we going? Hey, look, I didn't move. Surprise.
Ah! You are freed from the paralytic effect
Thank
and
God.
may rejoin the battle next turn. Congratulations.
Yay! Woo!
Woo!
I did it.
Did it.
Tormund the Ghoul, now ravenous and wild, has given up all intention of doing anything but attacking you, and is now coming at you again in a flurry of claws and tooth. This time, 22 versus AC hits again. I need a Constitution saving throw.
14.
And again,
All right.
Tormund holds strong. However, he takes 9 slashing damage in the fray.
Youch.
And that was a successful attack. Is there anything coming out of that?
Nah, I'm gonna hold it.
You're gonna hold it? Okay. Alkir, it is the end of your turn. Can you please roll a Constitution saving throw?
Hey!
Okay, yes.
There we
You
go.
to your surprise and relief, your muscles loosen and the excruciatingly painful paralysis fades away. You find yourself horribly wounded.
Oh,
And hopefully soon you will be able to escape. However, that was the end of your turn. Now it is my turn. I'm going to roll.
it is a new day.
I'm going to roll a 50-50. Odds are Sir Davish. Evens are Xavier. Wow, that was incorrect. Let me roll 1 die instead of 2. Okay, so what did I say? Odds are Xavier? Or evens with Xavier? Okay, so this one's coming for you, Xavier.
Oh, dread.
Cut his hair.
Okay, a attack of 11, I believe, does not hit.
Hey, there you go.
Xavier has an AC of 13. So the creature wildly lunges forward at you, Xavier, and you're able to hold your ground and fend it off. It's now your turn. Is it dinner? Yeah, I want to eat. Woo!
Javier
Alright.
brushes his hair back and looks
We're gonna
at,
pick this. Sorry, go ahead and finish out your description, and then we're gonna take a break.
the creature in front of him. God, I hate ugly things. And he's gonna once again attack with his.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll, and then once your turn is over, we will pause. Whew.
Ooh,
Rapier
nice.
23 will hit. Roll damage for me, please. Oh, 7. Not bad. Again, your flurry of blows relieves the ghoul of quite a bit of its ichor, slowing it down considerably, though it remains a threat. All right, everybody, let's take a break.